Alrighty then. Here we are. Kids on Bikes, session 3, technically the 4th, because we did the whole 0 thing, but here we are. Sid, take it away.
So last time, y'all ended up in a mine. Your friend Letitia did not come downstairs with y'all, but y'all didn't learn that until well after you met a ghost. And I think that was the session.
Ghost.
Totally abandoned us.
Yeah, we didn't hear back from her on the walkie-talkie at all, right?
No. But the first time, yes.
Also,
The second time, no.
Also, that means she stole Doogie's walkie-talkie.
Maybe. You don't know. You don't know what happened.
I'm gonna reserve judgment. I'm gonna hope for the best,
She died.
No!
So, with the ghost boy, you guys do now have your powered character. He has a character sheet for you guys to have in the handouts. It has a little bit of his backstory in there. It has like his one strength, his flaws, his several flaws, and then a small breakdown on powers. The handbook very specifically says that it's 1 psychic power per or psychic ability energy token per ability. But I figured if something is super fucking powerful, then I'm gonna up it because that makes sense to me. I did give him a backpack, but he's a ghost. He doesn't have that stuff on his person. If you want any of that stuff, it's on his body. Yeah. I did, let's see here. I wrote down just some of his aspects. Likes the dark. He's a self-declared pyromaniac. He's reckless. He's protective. So that's the gist of him. And again, you guys are playing this character all together. And before we super get going, I just want to review the rules real quick. Obviously, once we get into the thick of it, we can review them again. But also, I keep into the thick of it. And I literally keep forgetting how this crap works, so it's a good refresher for me too. So when y'all are using the powered character and he uses one of his abilities, instead of just rolling the stat dice, you guys roll 2d4 and I subtract that the difficulty value that I establish. The result is 0 or negative. The powered character suffers a very minor physical result. Like some of it says brief nosebleed, muscle twitch, a momentary but painful headache. He's a ghost, so we'll figure that out. If the result is greater than 0, the player taking the action has 2 options, either to attempt, or the attempt fails and the player chooses to spend another token to increase the roll value, or it's a success. As soon as the roll plus the PE token spend is equal to the difficulty value, the result is a success, which is the same for y'all. Using one of those decreases his pool. That's why he's the only kid with a health bar here. That's the amount of psychic tokens he has. He's already used a few in the last session, so you guys got 6, which is 1 under the recommended value that you guys have anyway. And that's kind of it. I don't imagine it's going to be super streamlined and beautiful, but we'll see how it goes. Any questions before we get a going?
Sure, I'll think of one when I am confused.
Sure.
Sorry, where are the... Oh, okay, sorry. For some reason, the powers didn't load for a second. Like, the thing was blank, but now they're there. So never mind.
Well, and a great thing, too, is that it doesn't have, pre-created powers that do very specific stuff. It's like, oh, I'll think of this thing, and it's like, okay.
Oh, the source book itself doesn't have that?
Interesting. Yeah. It's just like, make powered character, and it's like, okay, that's great, thank you. It has suggestions, but
as the GM, would you be able to tell us, like, in what realm of powers do they have? Do they have, like,
yeah.
kind of thaumaturgy, kind of ghostly stuff? Like,
I did. So in the powers, I do have a slight write out of it.
Yeah, I
He
see him
can
here.
teleport. He himself does not know if he can teleport large amounts of people. He does know he cannot get out of the mine. One teleport, one token. Fire manipulation, he can manipulate existing flames. He's not sure if that's limited to anything. We'll find out. It is, again, one token. He can stifle sounds at their source, but doesn't know that extent of that ability either, because he's had very limited playtime with this stuff, like not being able to influence people in mass amounts and separate and everything. He can heal people. That is 2 psychic energy points, because I'm feeling it's more of he is siphoning his own energy and like applying it elsewhere. Less energy manipulation and more like towards something. And then it didn't transfer. I had one that was just a bunch of like question marks, and it was like 5 psychic tokens because he's a ghost, and I feel like
we're
he
using
could
that
just
one right
inhabit
away.
anybody's body.
Hit
But it didn't move over. That's fine.
Always gotta press the question mark command just to see what'll happen.
Yeah.
It ends the session. It's such a powerful move.
Suddenly it's the
Summon
exorcist, and it's a problem. So that's kind of generally like what he can do. If somebody wants to try any other particulars that they feel are ghosty, I am super willing to hear what you got to say. And because it's y'all's group character, we can all weigh in and kind of figure out the flavor of it together if you'd like.
Turning into a giant Green Lantern hand and just lifting us all out of the hole.
Just I mean, you can certainly try. So that's the stuff he's got. Yeah. So that's old Mikey D.
Hell yeah. So
And
were we trying to escape the mine at this point, or are we still looking for?
my understanding is that you guys were interested in the alternate route, albeit it is not a safe route. Like it's a way out, but it's a little bad news bears.
Yeah, but we don't necessarily have any other option, because the other way is to go up through the hole, and we can't really do that.
Maybe she's going to go get an adult. You don't know.
No,
Maybe.
she's not. She abandoned us. She's dead to
not.
me.
She's dead.
Yeah, we the rope. What was the deal? Is it still hanging there, or did it?
No,
fall
the rope
away?
is.
I
Well,
don't remember.
so y'all
Oh,
tried
right,
to
she
climb
pulled it
up
up.
the rope, and like it just wasn't happening.
Right.
Period. But also it was very much gone. Like the next time you guys tried.
Right.
I think the like sequence of events was y'all were in the tunnel. Y'all heard maybe some voices and stuff like that. Y'all tried to run and try to climb up the rope. It did not work out. Y'all were talking to the ghost boy. The rope is gone.
Okay.
Something to that effect.
yeah. And what we know is there is another way out, but there's something that's really dangerous that we might have to either get around or confront to get to the other exit.
Yeah, something inside of the tunnels.
Yeah, which he was like kind of being coy about, if I remember correctly. Like we were trying to ask about it, and he wouldn't tell us what it was.
Maybe he doesn't know what it was.
I also get the
So-
feeling he doesn't like it, so he doesn't necessarily want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's also not like a reasonable adult, like anybody's reasonable in the year of 2022. But also, like he died as a 17-year-old kid. So
my character as a child is going to be like, "Oh, you're afraid of it."
yeah, exactly. And hold on for me
So
real quick.
Michael.
I have to pull up this article or this thing for afterwards, because this is where I got the idea from it. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, we got it. So kicking off. Thursday, April 20th, 1989. Tunnel Ridge Mine. Michael didn't typically get drunk. Despite what his mom and everyone else in Lofatt thought, Michael didn't particularly enjoy imbibing. He could count the times he got drunk on one hand, and this was one of those rare few occasions, was being the key word. Somewhere between full long running into the trees, chasing after sweethearts Sandra Netto and Christopher Chu, and arriving at Tunnel Ridge Mine, Michael lost his happy buzz and started to feel increasingly anxious. Without the liquor-induced high, Michael suddenly remembers that he doesn't like the dark. This kind of dark specifically, the kind that's infinite and endless, and it's the true absence of light. And it's the type of dark that is practically spilling out of Tunnel Ridge Mine. The anxiety gives way to clarity. He's not friends with any of these people. Why is he even here? He turns to leave, but then... "Don't tell me Michael Dickinson is a chicken," one of the girls says. "Afraid of the dark, Mikey?" He doesn't take the bait. He refuses. He can endure a couple more months of being a chicken before he graduates and leaves Lofatt altogether. But when the heckling turns to another member of the party, it gives him just a little bit of pause. "You too, Will? I can't wait for your dad to hear that you pussied out." And that's where he takes exception, because Michael and Will were close once, back before Will's old man punched Will in the face for asking to spend the night at Michael's house. Back before Michael cried abuse and made the abuse worse. Michael can endure a little light bullying for a couple months, but will endure his father. It's enough to urge Michael into the mine, his arm slung over Will's shoulder like they'd been friends through all of it. Fuck it, right? Let's go. What is the absolute worst that can happen? Fast forward 10 years, Friday, October 8th, 1999. You are all standing in the mine with the ghost of a boy who wandered in and never made it out. He knows a way out, but it really, truly isn't safe. Not only is it flooded, but it's where the thing lives. And he doesn't like even thinking of it. So, as you guys stand, I believe congregated under where the sinkhole opening was, probably 15, 20 feet above your heads, his eyes that don't have pupils and yet feel intently focused on each of you for short moments. This visage of a boy kind of sags and he sighs. Do you guys have anything? Weapons? Like a gun? Like a or a knife?
We're 10. Why would we have a gun?
Why are you in the mine?
We have baseball bats. 2 of
You
them.
have baseball bats.
2 baseball bats. Are they metal or are they wood?
Isn't it one of each
This
specific?
bad boy's a Louisville slugger. Louisville? Louisville. Louisville. Louisville Julie.
Machiavelli.
The wooden one. Machiavellian.
Machiavelli. Baseball bat.
Yeah, this bad boy's ready to go to town.
Great. That's great.
If I can attach something to my bike chain, then I've got a little bit of a whip.
You have a bike chain with you?
I have a lock that's just like one of those chains.
Okay,
That
okay.
goes-
I thought you had like the bike chain that like actually goes
No,
on the
no, I
wheels, and I was
misspoke.
like, that's rad though.
No, Justin
But
goes hard.
also-
He just whips people with a bike
Yeah.
chain.
But also, I wouldn't put it past a paperboy who rides on his bike to have like a backup chain in case the chain breaks. So like, I wasn't like, no, absolutely not. It was like, huh, yeah.
No, it's just like one of those chains that has like the blue plastic over it, kind of, but it's like it's kind of transparent. You can see the chain in it, and then it's got like a little.
But you
connector
could
thing.
absolutely beat a bitch with one of those things.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Just like bam, bam. That's gotta at least do 1d4 whip damage, right?
I mean, it's got to do something. Yeah, that's what I think. Some bludgeoning damage. For a moment, you mentioning the bike chain, he actually kind of like, okay. I have maybe one thing, but it's not like you guys don't want to go out the way through the mine that I think it like that I want to take you, but also you might not want to go get my body.
What?
Your body?
I found some stuff from when they were blasting this place. It's not a lot,
Oh,
but
we
it's
could like
something.
we could sharpen your bones into weapons.
No way, dude. That sounds just morbid. I'm not down with that.
Wait, but is the stuff that killed you? Is that? Are you asking us to go get the stuff that killed you?
No, the stuff that the thing is it. I did not die to natural means, but I found. It's dynamite. I have at least like one stick of dynamite.
That's cool.
Wait.
Or I
Oh.
did when I.
What do you
died.
mean? You didn't die to the explosion? The cave-in?
No.
I mean,
Only a couple of us did, actually.
What
It's-
about the rest?
Roll charm.
Okay.
Because he's a sad little emo boy and he doesn't really like talking about it.
Did he eat
Can I
his
help with that?
friends?
Because I'm
Yeah,
also
absolutely. hmm
Did he eat his friends? +1 because we're kids.
are you a
Mhm.
cannibal or a
Ooh.
cannotable?
Very
Ooh.
good.
Make it a 15. Not bad
Okay.
off of a 6.
Mhm.
asking. Do I roll anything for that, or am I just helping him somehow?
I will let you either roll your charm die and add it to it, or like a single charm die without any modifiers, or I'll let you roll your charm individually.
If it makes any difference to you, Sid, the 1's already in there, so it's a 14 out of 15. My mistake.
Yeah, I was about to say like where you got. I was gonna ask where you got 2 modifiers from. Hey, even better.
Nice.
So it doesn't matter if you wanted to add that or not.
It's just better.
Did you guys history class? Any of you kids like history?
No.
I mean, I write about stuff all the time.
Okay. To skip to the meat and potatoes of it.
I do like meat and potatoes.
I did too. Kraken? Cthulhu? Sea monster.
In a mine?
Did you
What
know
are
that
those? Does that have anything to do with the Blair Witch?
Yeah, I
What's
heard
that?
about that one. Blair Witch, it's like the shaky camera and the it's like that a lot. You know, it's a lot of that.
Speaking of, we should do that. At some
What?
point in the mine, if you have the video camera, you should do that thing. It'd be so cool.
No.
I don't think this is the time or place, man.
What's a
There's-
I've never
Cthulhu?
seen it, but we shouldn't.
there
Boilers, right?
So there was like, I don't know. My mom used to say like there used to be like an ocean under the mountains, Like they used to find salt deposits and stuff like that. That's the only way I could think of that it actually happened. I don't fucking know. I just know that there's some thing that does not belong here. And I'm not talking like some little like octopus bullshit. I'm talking big.
Guys, our ghost friend uses some bad language.
Sorry. That was never my strong suit, interacting with children.
Ooh, plate tectonics. That's what she was referencing. I learned that one.
Oh,
How it all got here? Is that how
Yeah.
that happened?
Yeah, plate tectonics. Yep.
Should have listened to my mom more. Either way, there's something here. And it's been here for a while.
If it is a sea monster, why can't we just avoid the water on the way out?
Way out's flooded.
So we have to swim out.
It's not a long swim, but you do have to go underwater. Yeah.
Oh.
How
So
are we
we-
gonna get past the thing though?
That's where my dead body comes in. I thought maybe you guys could
Oh.
get the stick of dynamite and hopefully it would work out.
Guys,
maybe
maybe
not.
we give the whole one more try. I don't like any of this.
So you want...
How boring would it have been if it was like, you guys crawl out of the hole, everything is fine. The end.
Okay, bye. I'm gonna continue living my
Guys,
ghost life.
the key was we just had to try one more time. That's what it was.
True.
I gave y'all the option,
That's
but after
true.
so many failures, it was like, this is the way out.
I gave you all the tools, but you failed. So you want us to get your body and make this sea monster bite it or something and then blow up in its face?
What's your name?
Well, most people call me Scoops.
Scoops, buddy. Do you think I swallowed the dynamite? 'Cause I didn't.
it doesn't sound palatable.
I found it, and then I fucking died. I didn't get a chance to use it. It is not inside my body. You can potentially, I haven't visited me in a while. You can potentially walk up and just grab the dynamite. Or I can try to grab it for you. One of the two.
Where is it?
Oh, it's down towards it a good ways.
Oh.
Like
Well,
eventually it branches out and
was it
there's
just
an alcove.
was your
So
tunnel just a dead end or something then?
it was dark down here and I only had a lighter. So
Wait, can you interact with things?
limited. But yeah, a little bit.
So
She like
you
holds
could
out a
grab the
flashlight for
dynamite?
him.
Meta, I don't want to keep wasting y'all's points.
Oh, does him holding things cost
Oh,
points?
him like holding? Ooh.
Yeah.
For a ghosty boy. That's a good question.
Well, that's because if he can get the dynamite, like, can he even interact with it as an
Right.
object? So she holds out the flashlight as like a test.
He reaches out like as if he's gonna grab it, and it does just pass on. The light though, it flickers a little bit. There's some interference, like his presence through the light does something with it.
Oh,
Interesting.
wait. Can it hurt you now that you're a ghost?
It has its ways. Not physically, but sometimes I think it knows I'm here.
Wait, have you seen it before? Like, as a as a ghost?
Not all of it.
Not all of it. Not all of it? What do you... Like it's a big boy?
Like, it's not an octopus. Like, it's a... Like, and this ghost is literally holding arms out and just...
Like a... You
Okay,
mean
so
like
it doesn't eat the water.
Okay.
Have you seen it, like, eat stuff or grab stuff? Like, what does it hunt when it's not hunting teenage boys?
I saw it take the surveyor that was down here a couple days ago.
Oh, jeez.
Yesterday?
Wait, it's hurt someone else?
Every opportunity it gets.
Because I didn't even hear anything about a surveyor. Did you guys hear anything?
No.
Roll a thing for me. Scoops ahoy.
Brains.
Well, we know.
Roll brains
I will
for
say,
me.
as Alexa, she'll say like, "Well, there's the one that you said they were coming to check after the hole, but
The guy with the hard hat and the shoes. Well, shoe. I assume there's a second one.
With
is that the same one?"
your friends saying so, like it's like, oh yeah, they called a surveyor to check the ground before they came to fill this shit in. Maybe not saying shit, but it's been
Yeah.
a long day.
Language!
But I'm saying like we did not hear anything about a surveyor going missing, like at school or anything.
You did not hear anything about it going missing. You did hear
Yeah.
that a surveyor like came out to check the stability of the
Okay.
ground to see what kind of machinery, or like even in like a truck loaded with some gravel or something, if they could fix this
Gotcha.
issue.
that means that report never got back. They might send someone else, and someone else is going to get hurt too.
So
I
we
think-
wait for them to show up and they help us out of the hole.
After being quiet and just kind of staring at the ground for a while, Justin Cooper is going to go into a little bit of like a Superman pose and be like, guys, we're in some movie stuff right now. We're with a ghost. Stuff is crazy. And I guess we just gotta embrace crazy right now. Like, if the thing is we gotta go to his body and find the dynamite, then gosh darn it, I guess that's just what we gotta do. This is our movie moment. And then when we get back up there, we are gonna write our own movie.
Okay. I like planning for the future. That's staying positive. And
Or
if I've
better
learned one
yet,
thing... Okay.
we give the story to the big writer guy, Steve McQueen, whatever his name is. And then he writes it for us, but we still get the money. We get the moolah. So what do you
We're
say,
not
guys? I
gonna
say
go on.
let's go do the thing that the ghost is suggesting, because the ghost has been down here 10 years longer than us.
Yeah!
He seems to know better than any of us.
Why
Roll
would they believe us?
brain for me real quick, Richard.
Oh boy, that's not good.
Well, it's not bad. It's more a perception than anything.
It's just
Okay.
to see if we would get a single penny off of this story, and not Ethan Queen
Yeah.
making all the money.
Where is the... Oh, okay, here it is.
Hey!
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
Was that an exploding?
Yeah.
it was, buddy.
Nice.
As you're like you're going through like, hey, we're gonna get this director, we're gonna get this writer, we're gonna like, it's gonna be big blockbuster style, like that one movie, the horror movie with the thing up in the like the snowy place, like the alien thing, like just all this stuff, like just all this like feedback of information. In the midst of that, you mentioning Steve McQueen, Ethan Queen, as writer, you do see like acknowledgement, like realization, just like this look of acknowledgement on Michael's face. His brow furrows and he looks like, what the fuck, Ethan Queen? Like, why would he why would he write that? I mean, he's nobody.
What?
He's an English teacher, isn't he? Like, did he like write the next big American novel or
Oh,
I'd ask if
right.
you were living under a rock, but literally kinda. You were.
for a bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of did exactly that.
Yeah, big author.
Like the biggest writer of all time now.
Like, he basically writes stuff that's, like, as spooky as what we're doing right now.
Well,
Maybe even
actually,
spookier.
Creep.
he kind of wrote about what happened to you guys.
He fucking would.
Which is why this would make a great sequel, I'm telling you. We're gonna get that moolah, come on!
Can Alexa tell how Michael's reacting to to Justin's like very willingness of like profiting off the situation?
Let's
more?
sell out!
There's yeah, it's like you can either roll like brains to insight or even like just charm to relate and
Harm it is.
read him socially. It makes sense in my head. You see he's a little put off by it, like this like what the hell? Like but then at the same time you feel that he's not nearly as offended as he's looking. Like there's like a facial feature, but it's not, something just doesn't read right. Like maybe part of him's like, that's rude. That'd be so sick. Like
If I wasn't dead, I would do it.
yeah.
So what I'm hearing,
It's somebody trying to emote knowing what the emotion is supposed to look like, but because it's not happening like as a natural emotion, it just looks really stupid.
so what I'm hearing from what you're saying, Justin, is that you're volunteering to hold the dynamite.
I mean, if
I mean, he's a paper
Michael
boy.
could
If he's
do
got
it,
a
that
throw.
would be better. But
That is true. The mysterious voice in my head just said that you throw newspapers every morning. You've got the arm for it.
yeah, I mean, I've held so many rolls of newspapers, and like, I can't tell you how many times I've been like riding my bike and balancing with like so many papers in my bag, because you know I like to get as big a route as possible. So I feel like I could be pretty good at this. And if I die, I turn into a ghost like Michael.
It's not a good thing.
Yeah, I was about to say it's not nearly as
Yeah,
cool
but
as
it's
it
like
sounds.
not the worst thing. Like,
Yeah,
I
you get
was
stuck
worried
in a
that
mine
this was,
forever
like,
until some
darkness
weird kid.
forever, and instead it's just being in a dark cave forever.
That sounds awful!
That emotion that wasn't quite ringing true a couple seconds ago, now it's ringing super true.
Hey, Justin. Hey,
When
Justin.
Justin's like, it's not the worst thing ever, just cutting to Michael like, oh?
Justin,
Oh, is it
listen,
we're
not?
the most eventful. We're the brightest
in
thing
eternal
that's
dark.
happened to him in a long time. Us.
The tentacle monster.
Ethan Queen is gonna write about us someday, and when he does, I
We
wanna
won't
be
know
one of
about
the
it.
brave ones, 'cause
Oh,
I spent enough time being afraid. So
Ethan Queen is not going to write about us. I'm going to
I
write
mean,
about
I
us.
about the mine before.
I'm going to write about us, and that's not happening if we're stuck down here. So let's do that. Let's get this thing, and you throw it because you got the best arm.
Okay.
wait, we don't have to throw it.
Do you want to
got an
hold the
idea.
dynamite when it explodes, Doogie?
Doogie like pulls his Boy Scout handbook out and like is flipping to pages. He's got like stuff dog-eared and like tabbed out, and he's like flipping between a couple different ones. It's like, okay, and he like takes out a water bottle and chugs it, and like slams it down, and then like takes out his like the grill lighter, and then like the paracord, and he's looking at it, and he like kind of stands up and like Magnetos for a minute and looks around and
What the fuck is happening to this kid right now? Is he okay?
We never know.
I'm
Oh,
having
shit.
deep brain
No,
moment.
actually, are you okay?
Oh, yeah, I'm having a deep brain moment.
Okay.
For dramatic effect.
Okay. Oh, that's good. All right.
Okay,
sure.
I got an idea. What we can do is, we know it hunts, right? So if we make the empty water bottles buoyant, so if we get the dynamite in there, it can stay dry in there, and we can rig up the grill lighter to, like, when it's jostled, it sparks and lights the dynamite, and we'll have like a snare thing going on. So if like when it goes, you know what I mean? Do you catch the drift I'm laying down on you? Let's get the dynamite.
Every one of Andrew's characters
there's
at some point rigs up a trap. No matter what.
Got to.
Okay.
Well, you're a lot less emphatic than we are.
I have been down here a while.
Don't you want to know what happens if you get out?
Wait, I have one more question
damn.
before we go forward.
Yeah, what's your name again?
Justin Cooper.
Justin Cooper. All right, Justin Cooper.
Has anyone else been in our position, and you took us to your body, and they died too?
That's a good question.
Such a good fucking question.
You gotta answer.
There's like, am I a cop? Like, is he asking if I'm a cop and I gotta answer truthfully?
I just
briefly,
wondered, have you
really
tried this before?
I just really like this idea of like, no, absolutely not. But you guys just see bodies just the whole way there.
I'm having third thoughts.
No. There was the little girl. She got out. There's a surveyor. He did not get out. I mean, other than that, it's been pretty empty.
So to you, it's like we're from the future. Because you haven't seen anything in the last 10 years.
No. You guys are dressed real weird too, by the way.
You're dressed real
Do you
weird.
have any questions
Michael.
about the future? Because, like, Nintendo 64 came out, and it's awesome.
It is really awesome.
10 years before it's released, I don't even think he would know about Nintendo 64.
Listen, it was Super
No, he would
Nintendo,
not.
and that was Super, and then there was Nintendo
he-
64. Games are 3D now. It's a big deal.
Wait, if it went down to 89, he wouldn't even know the Super, right? Wasn't that
Yeah,
91?
who knows?
No. And,
You know the
and you
Game Boy,
see
the
that,
Game Boy would
like,
have just come out.
Yeah.
the direct equivalent is, I mean, is somebody talking about Dungeons and Dragons to somebody who has zero fucking clue what Dungeons and Dragons is, and it's like, oh, you
Wow,
got
story of
you
our
got
lives,
the Super Nintendo and the Nintendo 64, and he's just like,
Yeah, you know Mario, where you're like just running back and forth. Now
I do
it's
know
like
that one. Yeah.
you can run in circles just for the fun of it.
You can.
Are you still saving Princess Peach? Are you still saving the princess, the Peach?
Yeah,
Princess
she
Peach?
makes you a cake in this
Yeah,
one.
she's stuck in a castle in the walls. It's whack.
You can like jump through pictures. All right,
Yeah.
for the next 2 hours, Richard and I are going to talk about Super Mario 64. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
There's a thing called Wet Dry World that people kind of hate, but it's actually kind of neat.
Listen,
Is it Florida?
Ghost needs something to live for. He needs to know about this stuff. Also, there's a new Star Wars movie.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. There's
You
like
see his eyebrow like like there's interest there.
Even in the dead.
you know how there was a lightsaber? Now imagine like one with one on the other end.
It's
Oh,
a double
yeah.
lightsaber.
Yeah,
Maybe
bud.
we can let you guys see that again. If we want to go.
I'm just
Oh,
saying,
yeah.
if we can make you a
Cool
not
as
ghost
this is.
anymore, I think you'll want that because it's the best one.
Definitely.
I've
There's
thought
this
about
dude,
that a
Jar
lot.
Jar. Oh man, don't even get me
Do we need
started.
to like collect your bones to like bring you back out into the world and make you not unalive?
Wait.
I don't think that's how it's gonna work, but a lot of weird stuff's happened down here. I think it might be worth a shot, but I'm not gonna hold you to it because it's not it's not just bones. It's really not great.
Oh.
There is this movie that came out called Casper the Friendly Ghost, which is pretty similar to our situation right now. And in
Yeah,
that
if you
movie,
really
there
think
was
about
a
it.
machine that could turn people back into their alive self.
We're all Christina Ricci right now.
So anyway, the dynamite is down.
I imagine some of this is on the way.
Yeah, oh yeah, this is all walking
Yeah.
talk.
Yeah.
As you get closer, he does make it a point that it needs, like, okay, kids, we're gonna play the quiet game. No more talking. No more.
Oh man, I'm bad at this game.
It could be a really bad ending if we're just super quiet. Just really quiet. All right. He leads you, like, it's start between Star Wars, Super Nintendo, probably getting like some great impressions of the iconic Jar Jar Binks. It's now that I remember that your face is kind of meltedly painted like Darth Maul.
Oh yeah. Man, that kind of
That's right.
that changes literally everything about how I've been
I
seeing the
forgot
character
about
in my
that.
brain.
But also, he has no fucking clue who that is. So he's just like, this kid's wearing some paint. Here we go.
Man.
But he leads you down the main, I don't want to say that word, the main stretch of tunnel. I was going to say shaft. And it eventually...
You mean like the cop movie?
It branches... Get out of here. It branches off, but you almost can miss it. Like, if you don't know where it's at. It is him directing you, like, left, that you get to see where this tunnel, like, strays away from the main, like, thoroughfare. And you notice it's slanted downwards. You're going deeper. Occasionally there is there's railroad track. Sometimes there isn't any at all. It starts feeling cold, colder than typical, and colder than that initial kind of jump in here where your fingers were feeling a little numb. You're starting to see your breath. And it's going down that he leads you off to another branch, another little alcove. And I need everyone who may let me remember my shit. I think it's grit.
Oh no.
If everyone
grit?
can roll grit.
Well, I can roll it, but I'm not gonna like it.
Let me make sure that this is what I'm thinking it is. Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, Alexa, sweet baby. Oh, Scoops Ahoy, you too.
She only had
Okay.
a D4 anyway.
Okay, so the smell is abrupt. It is a wall of just hot trash on a just decay and rot, and it's enough to make your stomach turn.
Oh, it does.
Oh yeah, it does. Alexa, you feel bile rising in your throat. You feel like you're just that feeling like it's like starting to constrict. Your mouth feels watery. And just like that, you have to find a place to puke.
I think with the one, she doesn't even like find a place. It's just
Oh,
literally
it's just immediate.
all just.
Oh, poor baby girl. Oh, I've seen kids do that. It's the fucking worst. And Scoops.
Oh no! And we got strawberry funnel cake.
Oh,
Yeah, you did.
No.
Just
Oh, she's just gonna look like Nickelodeon gack all over the tunnel.
just everywhere. And Scoops, you're no worse for wear. Or you're
No
you're not
better?
doing any better. That's what I was looking for.
Great, no
No,
worse for. I'll
wrong
take
year.
it. Yeah, no, I got
You also have to puke. Yours is a little bit like you're able to like turn and like, okay, I will deposit this here.
you. Is it? Do I find the surveyor's other shoe? I'm just like, or that whatever that other neon sneaker was.
No, but I'll say that there's like a conveniently placed bucket.
Okay. Oh, perfect.
And just like that
Update. I've just puked. And recording.
acrid, sugary-ish just kind of joins that assault on your senses.
Well, on the upside, we've acquired a bucket.
Ooh.
Hey, you don't have to come over here if both of you, if
No, it's fine.
you got some red on your shirt.
We gotta stick together.
Okay.
Alexa just like holds her nose for the rest of the way.
I might have something for that.
That
Gonna
being
dig
said,
out the
she's no
first aid
longer
kit.
like. Oh, okay.
That also are totally earns you an adversity token, by the way, too.
I'm gonna bust out. There's some stuff for like insect bites and all that where it would like have a strong smell to like hopefully
Oh yeah.
take away like something like herby and mentholy to kind of combat that.
It's
Or
just sprayed
just
off.
mix with it
You
somehow.
just spray off on them and they just take it for the rest of the time.
Kind of like Vicks or something, like some strong Vicks or something to like.
I met a
wipe
lady in
right under the
Florida.
nose.
Her go-to for bug bites, like mosquito bites, was Carmex. Like she was like, "You just rub that on there, baby." Like she swore by that
weird.
stuff.
Actually, would there be earplugs at all in his pack?
In the first aid kit, maybe.
I mean,
Probably.
I wouldn't say hard no or anything. Like I don't see why that would hurt.
Why not? I mean,
Like-
Boy Scouts are prepared for anything, right?
Oh yeah.
He would offer that, and she'd just go for that and just go right up the nose.
Hell yeah.
That's clever.
Yeah.
I can
I'm gonna-
say-
All right.
And
Also,
And then I'm gonna-
question.
go ahead.
Do we keep rolling over our adversity tokens like every session, or is that like new?
I don't see why
'Cause I've been
not.
keeping. Okay, I've just been keeping track since we've started, so like I've got a bunch saved up, but I didn't know if that like.
I don't remember reading any hard rules saying it's per session. But I was also handing them out like candy during dodgeball. So like, I mean,
You guys
y'all are
had
fighting like
candy
a
in your
kraken
dodgeball games?
in a cave somewhere. I think it's fine to have some adversity tokens.
I would say it's a pretty adverse circumstance, yeah.
Because I have 8.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh well. I
I'm
have
down to 2.
what do I have? 3. Well, I guess I just puked, so it's 4.
So you guys like that smell barrier more or less hits you. And he'll stop and he'll gesture towards this alcove. It's another one of those tight turns that you likely would have missed if you were just walking headlong like down this walkway. But he gestures and he's like, "It's in there. I would grab it if I could. So
Well,
Harry's gonna."
that's why we're here.
Well, I'm holding my guts. I'll do it. Let's do this thing.
Are you holding your guts? You are. You got an 18.
Yeah. I think I'm
uh,
the grittiest one in the group.
So
Hmm.
Michael will lead you into this little alcove, this little offshoot of this particular cave system. The smell gets worse, and there's this heavy sort of humidity in this room, which is odd because I mean it's so cold, but it's damp and it's like you're wearing it.
Definitely hold my breath.
But as you come in, your flashlight does inevitably find the corpse of a young boy. Not a young boy, like a young man. He's wearing like a torn up AC/DC shirt, black leather coat, some dark jeans, like old black and white Converse. And in his hand, slightly skeletal, but also very juicy, you see an actual stick of dynamite.
Hmm. Do I notice anything else of use or value?
Roll. I'm gonna ask you to roll brain, but I'm also gonna ask you to roll grit with it.
Is it just
'Cause
you in
it's-
there? Because it's one of my traits is finding stuff like that.
Do you follow him? Because I
like
said
he
who's
went off
going
by
in,
himself,
and
yeah.
he went. Okay, nice
I was thinking
kid.
more to him.
Shit. Okay. So you kind of lean over. You grab the stick of dynamite from his hands. It doesn't come away easily. It takes a little bit of wiggling. But eventually the hand does.
Oh. Does what? It does
The
what?
hand does what?
Oh no, we're all dead. Rocks fall.
What does the hand do? Oh. Damn it, Texas. Get your power grid together.
Stop mining crypto. Let people actually use power for important things.
Right?
Well, I mean, you can't do anything when your senators are leaving Mexico at the first sign of winter, so. Or leaving from whatever the Zodiac killer did.
Yeah, that dude
Oh, I'm
sucks.
talking about Ted Cruz.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, we were making fun of the Texas power grid because Sid cut out for a moment here.
Well, we're just gonna marinate for a minute.
So Doogie's dead.
I shook the dynamite too hard,
Yeah.
and I pulled a Bjornst from Lost. Arnst? What was his name?
Do not remember. Do not remember
Lost.
what you're talking about at all.
Man, that might have been season 2.
I don't know.
It
I've
was
seen
when-
the entire show, but I remember just about nothing.
They found the hatch and they found the pirate ship, and they were going there to pick up some dynamite. And I think it was Arnst, is this character that came in conveniently for that. And he's like, "Oh, you need me to do this. You can't just grab dynamite. You know what happens in a humid environment." Yeah, and spoiler alert: Arnst doesn't make it.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, I do not remember. Like I've seen.
Oh,
So I watched Lost, like when it ended. I just watched the whole thing in a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It took me a long time. I never got into it. I think I watched it like the first time 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then Amanda and I rewatched it like last year. I think we rewatched it during the pandemic.
Yeah. What is it? What did it run from? Like 2000 to 2007 or something?
That sounds about right.
2004 is when it came out.
2000 Yeah.
Okay.
So it hasn't come out in this universe yet.
Right. Because I mean, like, obviously, it's easy to goof on it now, but like,
Mhm.
it was an important show for sure.
Oh yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
There were
It
parts
was one of
that were
those.
lacking.
Just because me and my friends were talking about stuff, because we were trying to figure out when shows started doing longer narrative arcs on TV, because Lost ended up being like one of the first few ones that was on like a public network.
Yes.
I mean, short of like soap operas.
Yes.
Oh yeah, because I mean, I
Totally.
guess a lot of stuff would have been episodic, like Monster of the Week style stuff, so that you don't need you don't need to know what's been going on, so you can just kind of
Exactly.
jump in and watch it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
the only
this might have been one of the first that came out in was it 2000 or the late 90s?
Sydney, what does the
What?
hand do?
what show?
I don't
West
know.
Side.
1 second.
Sorry.
I had to restart my entire computer.
Oh
Dang.
no.
It's all right. We were talking about Lost in the meantime.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That's honestly a perfect way to sum up the discussion.
I never watched like more than like maybe the first 3 episodes. But when I was with
Mhm.
Rob, I remember watching the finale with him. And I remember thinking, man, I'd be pissed if this is the ending I got. Like, I had no attachment to that series, but I knew damn well, like, if I spent years watching a thing, I would not have been happy with that.
Yeah, it was a little wonky at the end there.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like if you can appreciate the good parts of it and then
Mhm.
recognize, yeah, shit went bad for one reason or another, but like whatever, this part was good.
It was a gentle Game of Thrones situation before the Game of Thrones situation was a thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They paved the way.
I think they shot themselves in the foot for like rewatch value with their format of constantly going with flashbacks or individual characters. Because if you don't like that character, you just want to skip over their entire flashbacks. You're like, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. And just get me to the next episode.
Yeah, I only knew that there was like a shadow monster, and I was just like,
There was.
There
I'm out.
was.
I remember being at
It had a
school and
name.
say what?
It had a name. I just forget what it was called.
Smoke monster.
Is
Yeah, I
it
don't
not called
know.
the Smoke Monster?
Okay.
Maybe it
It
was.
was.
I think
I just
some people
remember-
just called it the island. Like the island is going to get you. or
Oh,
something.
That's what Locke said.
Not Ela Nublar, is it? Is that the Jurassic Park island?
That's Jurassic Park.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
I just remember being at school and one day everyone being like, "There's a polar bear," and I'm like,
Yeah, it was like
"Okay,
episode 2 or something.
something like
Yeah.
that."
They didn't explain it again for another 2
They-
seasons.
Yeah, didn't
They
revisit.
did a good job at setting up mystery and themselves not knowing what the payoff was going to be.
Yeah.
It's very
That's-
easy to make something mysterious when you have no idea what you're
Yeah,
writing.
exactly. That's the problem. It created the what do they call it? Puzzle box show design.
Yeah,
Maybe that's what they call
It was J.J. Abrams' puzzle box thing, which has just proven to be such a failed way of storytelling.
Yeah.
Like
But we keep doing it.
Yeah,
Y'all
I
ready to
will
keep
say,
going?
Yes.
yeah.
Go ahead and finish your
So
thought.
Doogie's dead.
No, I was gonna go into a whole other thing.
Oh.
What does the hand do? What does the hand do?
I forgot the context of what was happening.
Oh, I
'cause
was
got
wiggling
really
the dynamite out. I
Oh.
was pulling dynamite out, and it wouldn't go easy.
Oh, like it takes a little bit of finesse, but I mean, the hand does let go. I'm so sorry for
Oh,
making
thank
you
God!
wait 5 minutes for that.
No, it's
Oh,
okay. That's what spawned the discussion.
And there's
Um,
the puzzle box.
It lets go. Done. But the movement of, I mean, you grabbing a hold of the end of the dynamite, lifting it, and its arm does raise with it, and you have to like shake it. When it flops back down to the side, limp but also very stiff, you hear some metallic rattling just from the pocket. And you hear behind you, Michael, just, I mean, there's another lighter in there if you need it. Unless you want to pick up smokes. There's not much.
Okay.
And that's a story of how my friends and I all started smoking at 10 years old.
I
Real
mean, that
quick
could
question.
be used for a slow fuse.
Are we?
That's true.
He's told us the characters about his fire powers, right?
We saw
Uh,
music kinda.
Yeah, he didn't explicitly say, "Hey guys, I have some fire powers." He tried to use it to scare Doogie out of the mine to get you guys back to the rope.
Gotcha. So in character, Alexa wouldn't be like, "Well, we can take the lighter, and that's fire for you to use."
Right. But I mean,
Dang.
also,
Doogie
Doogie
has
might.
I've got a grill
Oh,
lighter,
okay.
like one of those
Perfect.
long lighters.
Mhm.
All right. Would it be weird if I take your jacket?
I'm not using it.
Doogie,
Ooh.
you're gonna smell so bad.
Yeah.
Sid.
One sec. I'm gonna walk out and join the others. Scoops, you may want to get a picture of this.
Maybe when we
This
have
l-
more light. The camera's not
Got
really.
flashlights.
This Game Boy camera doesn't really pick up anything down
All
here,
right,
I'm
then
afraid.
video. You're gonna want to get this,
Well,
dude.
that we can do. Hey,
She gives Doogie the video camera. She's not walking down to where the corpse is.
hey, does it
Actually, no.
have
She plugged up her nose. She can go.
does it have like his school ID or anything in it, Doogie? Because, I mean, if we found the body of one of the kids that went missing, people are gonna want to know.
I don't know, man. Alexa, you may not want to go in there. I could grab the camera. It's here's some bodies.
Fine, Doogie, just show me where. And she turns on the camera. It's definitely like shaking.
She walks past, and I like turn to Justin. I'm like, she's kind of a badass.
Yeah.
All right. I'll show them where the bodies are. I figured you'd want to get some video for like the headline or something. Could snap a picture somehow.
Just take pictures of it. Yeah.
Does Michael show up on the video camera?
I believe last session I said he did not.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, didn't you say, like, the camera itself messes up when I point it at him?
Yeah,
gets
like
fuzzy and
it
stuff?
got a little fuzzy. It kind of wigged out on him.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But otherwise, like, she does show the bodies on the camera and sort of, like, narrates it a little bit like, we found the kids. Well, the bodies are still here.
Oh, it's just him.
Oh, okay.
Which is even, I mean, who knows where
That
they
is
went.
stranger.
I kind of do. But with the camera, go ahead and roll brains for perception.
I don't like where this is going. Oh, no.
Oh.
That's a body. Nope. Sunken features, skeletal, oozy. Pretty sick jacket though.
No, she videos it for, like, a little bit and then leaves, because, nope.
Yeah. All right. I'll go ahead and like, as respectfully as I can, kind of start pulling the jacket off, and like the sorry, sorry,
Yuki, no, it's gonna smell so bad.
sorry, Michael. Well, I figure like his mom or dad should get it or something. Like, I don't know, man. Sounds right.
Roll another round of grit for me.
Yeah. Okay. There's some adversity token.
You ever seen what happens to a bloated corpse when it pops?
Oh!
I
I don't think it's hot enough for bloat.
right. It
really
might
wet
be
enough.
a little. It
Yeah.
is that though. So the body is sitting up against a wall. It's not laid down. It's sitting upright, head's kind of slumped forward. Hands were in its lap. One of them was holding the stick of dynamite. You felt how stiff that arm was when you grabbed the dynamite. And God, it was heavy. like weirdly heavy. Maybe like you'd think like small, like not having any like real knowledge of actual forensics and just knowing what you know from like your limited exposure to these types of movies. Like should be a total dry skeleton right now. I don't know, but it's not. You reach forward and you're kind of grabbing the collar to maybe lean the body forward.
Mm-hmm.
And it just flumps. Like it just sags right into you. It throws you off balance. The shoulder kind of like goes into your thigh and you start to fall. As you do, you heave really hard on like the collar of that coat and you just hear this sickening, awful, just like something snaps. It's not on you. It's definitely on the bod though. And as you fall to your fall back, part of the body like kind of resting on your lower legs.
Oh God, I
You
gotta
got
burn
the
these
jacket,
jeans.
but also you have some arms. And it's all of that like laying on your back.
In backpack, I've got to write jacket,
with arms.
arms included.
You feel that constricting in your throat, that churn in your stomach. And kid number 3 laying on his back with a corpse partially on him, holding a oogie jacket. You feel bile just like start like gurgling just out of your throat.
I turn my head and like still screaming, kind of, and just kind of like it turns into a projectile. Yeah, I scream puke.
And of course, all of this is on camera.
Oh,
right?
you're still recording?
Like, around the
no,
corner.
why would you record me taking the jacket off? That's fucked up. No. Oh my God, I would have sent you away before that. No.
And
you're recording that?
Just for the entirety of the situation, you're, for the time being, I want to say probably fight is going to be at like a disadvantage for a minute. Just
cool.
spooked to shit. Everything is awful.
My weakest stat.
I didn't say it's going to be for forever, but like a body fell on you.
Oh yeah. Can I get a boost to flight?
Maybe, but also it might turn out like how Justin was trying to run, and his little legs just wasn't dealing with it.
Nice.
You feel a presence at your side. It's not like a warm, comforting anything. It's like that feeling in the air before like an electrical storm. Like it's just enough to like make the hairs on your arms stand up, and you just hear, "Hey, buddy." That was super fucking disgusting, man.
Yeah, that was bad. That was a mistake.
You got it though, bud.
Oh.
What did you kids eat? Holy fuck.
Oh, there was Jell-O and funnel cake and 2 corn dogs. I may have snuck off for a 3rd corn dog.
Oh,
there were corn dogs in there.
Cheese whiz.
There was Cheese Whiz involved in the situation.
I need to know, when did Cheese Whiz come out? Would you have heard of it?
Cheese Whiz had to be like an 80s thing for real.
Like
an
70s even. I would
but
think.
you know damn well there was some disgusting ass fair food.
1953.
Yeah,
holy shit.
That's older than I expected.
Imagine how much worse that shit tasted back in the 50s.
Oh. That was like, you think that was like a nexus point in the timeline? Like that was one of the split moments where we've never been able to go back to the good timeline after the invention of Cheese Whiz?
That was what happened?
Yeah, that was actually it.
Jeez.
Are you saying he ate Cheese Whiz? Because I don't see Cheese Whiz in here. It's... God,
if you want a record...
Do you chew? Shit.
I do. I have notes for my eventual review of the funnel cake.
Oh,
Tasted
kids.
better going in.
What did he
Alright.
say was in the jacket? He said it was a lighter.
He's got, if you'd like to take a moment to reach into the jacket pocket.
Yeah, I've already done crimes against corpses this bad. May as well.
Crimes
Yeah.
Against Corpses, sick band.
Corpse Crime. Corpse Crime is my new punk grunge band. Grunge punk.
It's gonna be the name of the sequel book, Corpse Crime.
I'm like, that Justin has not gone in there. He just hears shit going on. I love this idea of like him just hollering things from like around the corner.
Yeah.
Corpse Crimes! That's the next book! Like,
That's gonna sell 1 million copies.
Doogie, you reach into the pocket, you find, it's a really hefty Zippo lighter. One of those, yeah, like, and on the outside of it, it's got like a rose with a skull. Like it's decorative.
Ooh.
Also, I realize I'm turning this way and talking away from my microphone. So you got one of those. You have like a half a pack of some ancient Marlboros.
Oh, those have got to be soggy.
They're not great.
Is that a rose and a snake?
Rose and a skull.
Skull.
And then there's also his class ring.
Class ring.
It says Lofatt on one side, and then it just says high school on the other. And he picked like just like an obsidian, like dark stone, for it. And you do have a wallet in the other pocket. It's not great. It might have been an okay looking leather at one point, but it's super, super worn and tattered and falling apart. He does have a driver's license in there. It is for one Michael Dickinson. He had like a $5 bill, and like an old movie ticket stub. And sure enough, it was for one of the Star Wars movies.
Nice. Oh man, yeah. How bad does the jacket stink? Is this like, would I take poison damage for putting this thing on?
So, it's not a high quality leather. So it's not like, okay, we wiped her down, it's good. Like it's some low quality that's been sitting in a dank ass cave for a bit. It's still intact, still usable, still obviously like some form of a leather jacket. I will say the smell is not nearly as bad as the body, but also there is a pretty big hole in the back of it. It does reek pretty badly, but also with time away from the corpse and you being around it, I imagine you can acclimate.
I'll go ahead and I'll take the ID and the theater ticket out of the wallet and then like stare at the $5 bill just a little too long and put it back, like shake my head and tuck it in the wallet or in the jacket.
You look up and you see Michael just like just and then very quietly he's like, look man, I'm not gonna use it. You can take the whole wallet. There's nothing in there.
Everything about being a Boy Scout is telling me not to do this, but I mean, $5 is $5, bro.
Oh shit, you were a Boy Scout. Great.
He'll like kind of side eye and like stuff the 5 in his pocket. But I think he really wants to return the class ring and his ID to his parents, and I think the theater ticket for Star Wars, he's keeping that, he's tucking that away for like good luck. Sure. That's a memento. But I think the jacket, I'll go ahead and.
Are you still in like the alcove with the body?
for the moment, unfortunately.
Okay. On your way out, I need you to roll Perception Brain.
7 on 12 is mediocre.
Beautiful. You turn to go, and you just like all you really notice is where he was once leaned up, like the body was once leaned up against the wall. There is a hole. It's not huge, not body size. It's probably about that big. But there is a hole in the wall where he was once sitting.
Man. Dad always warned me if there's a hole in the wall, just run away. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna shine the light down there and look.
You're gonna look? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you like put the flashlight in there? Are you like trying to like stick your head in? Like, are you just trying to get an angle?
I'm keeping like a yard away
Okay.
and kind of like I'll close in as needed, but I'm not trying to jump in there.
It's eerie. Not in the sense like it's there's a hole in the wall, but it's like, first of all, it's like it shouldn't even be there. But the size of it, like, I mean, it's small, and something about the coloration, like right at the entrance of it, just it's something is off about it.
The same size as the hole in the jacket.
Maybe even a little bit bigger. But you see that and you kind of lean forward just a little bit. That's dried blood around the outer ring of that hole. And you can tell just by the angles of it, like it's just this narrow chute, like maybe a baby can fit in there, maybe, but like it feels strange.
And this is against a wall?
Yeah, so there's like a wall and there's like a hole. You can see the discoloration of like dried blood around the outside of the hole, but then there's like a section inside of it that's just like this long narrow tube, kind of.
I mean, would Michael know what happened there?
Hey, Mikey, what's going on here?
That's where I died.
Like the hole is where you died?
I mean, I don't even remember feeling anything. I was just sitting there.
Wait. If that's where you died, why was your body with the dynamite over there?
That's so to clarify.
I was leaning up against it.
He was like the body was leaning up against it. His body was
sorry.
blocking that hole, and then when he jerked on the jacket, it pulled the body away. There's a hole there.
I mean, did you find out what was down the hole?
Yeah, can you like go in there?
I mean, I know what's here. I just don't know what's happened, like how it happened. I mean, if you want to,
Well, you said the Cthulhu thing's big.
Yes.
And that hole's not.
Have you ever watched like a Nat Geo documentary with the...
Yeah. Oh, yeah, a lot of them.
Stuff can fit in places. I don't...
Mr. Herbert used to turn those on every time he had a hangover, so he didn't have to teach the class. He would pop some Alka-Seltzer and turn the lights down and just put on Nat Geo. It was the best days. I loved his hangover days, man.
I like to imagine Mr. Herbert also taught Michael. Like it was the exact same situation. He was also just the drunk teacher in his day.
Well, I mean, it got me, clearly,
Yeah.
from here. Quite frankly, I don't care to know the exact specifics. I just know that this is where it happened. So if you just want to leave it there.
Okay, yeah, let's get somewhere where the air is a little fresher.
So we're not necessarily safe on land either.
Nah.
Okay. Well, let's get to the blowing up part so we can get out of here, huh?
Yeah.
How are we doing that?
Well, I think if we set up a trap by the water, that's where it likes to hunt, I guess. And so if we trick it into grabbing the bottle with the dynamite in it, and like when it pulls it, it lights the lighter, then maybe like Boomtown? Is Boomtown a thing? Is that like
I
good
don't
catch? We'll shop it.
know. Could be. How do
In your
we...
book, make sure I say something cool.
So this is an idea, and I don't say this lightly because I really like my Game Boy Color. But what if we be really quiet, but then like we go forward and we like to use your idea, but as bait, turn on the Game Boy Color and like turn on Pokemon at like full volume. That should get its attention.
That should get my attention. What starters are we using? Are we starting a new file? Do you have a team set up?
Well, there's only one file, and my dex is almost done, so I'm not giving mine up.
Yeah, no shit. Not with a full
I
deck.
have red and blue, and I'm gonna be getting yellow soon, so I can well, it's mainly like I imagine that my Game Boy would like get eaten, but I hear
Alexa?
there's a Game Boy Advance coming, and so
Roll
I
brain
could
for me.
roll what?
Alexa's rolling brain while you guys are talking about Pokemon.
That makes sense.
Do, 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 do. Whew.
There's like, in the midst of Pokemon talk, in the middle of all of this, there's a body over there. Everything is awful. You got earplugs stuffed up your nose. Like, what a day. In the midst of them talking about starters and files and codexes, you think for just a brief moment you hear like a whisper of sound. It almost sounds like a voice, but also nothing at all.
At that, she's gonna run over to the other kids, like while they're talking Pokemon, and just like put her hands on two of their mouths and just be like, "Shh."
I don't know where those have been.
And she make out what the sound is more.
You hear the distant dripping of water. You hear rubble shifting, not in like a cacophonous sort of noise, but something in the dark moving. Just the barest like sound of rock against rock, like pebbles moving, shifting, gravel. And then you hear it again, and for a wild moment, like it's a voice. Like you don't hear a voice, but something in your head just registers like something is speaking. And right before you can get any sort of idea of what it could possibly be saying, like everything settles again and it's quiet.
Leave. I think we have to leave.
Okay. Flashlight, baseball bat.
I don't know if you're going to be able to swing as effectively with that. Maybe you just hold the bat and we light the way?
You can hold my weenie, bud. I'm
Alexa, did you hear something?
I'm good.
Pretty sure I heard. It was kind of like a voice, but not really. And something moving in the tunnel.
Okay. So we should potentially operate on the fact that it's waiting.
Can we set up our trap right here?
It's
Sure.
the way out's a little further up. If you want to try to do something here with it, by all means, but maybe something a little closer to it that affects it.
Oh, and also, should we set it up maybe off to the side so we don't accidentally cave ourselves in?
Yeah.
It is dynamite. So,
Dynamite.
man, we have dynamite. That's crazy.
Shh. Okay.
Your voice very briefly echoes down that channel.
I mean, this is
we
the
have
bomb.
dynamite. That's crazy.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
What if-
Yes, it is, Justin.
So, an addendum to my idea. We do that, but make it like a tripwire. And then we run and be as loud as we can so it chases us, hits the tripwire, boom, dynamite blows up.
And caves us all in.
We'd be running far, far away.
But
We'd
would
be
it
running like
block
that seagull
our-
song.
But would it block the way for us to get out?
Also, I don't it's not like something that's gonna be running. I've never seen it outside of that cavern before. It's got means of reaching things, but it's not a hunter in that regard.
But the thing is, we have to swim through that part to get to where the exit is.
It likes to hang out where the exit should be, yeah.
But do we have to swim in order to do that, or do we just have to
You
sneak
can
around
walk
there?
to the here, let's show you. Or actually, let's show me and then maybe I can explain it, then I can show you. So the main way is it's flooded. It's not super deep the entire way. At some point it's just you're walking in a puddle and then it steadily gets deeper. Getting out is the only point where swimming should have to be involved. There is, and I'll just say he's describing this to you. There's a few walkways that you can navigate around. But for the exit, the tunnel exit, it is hey, I have to get in underwater and out.
Okay.
That probably made it muddier, but it's not just a cavern of water. It's you have places you get to walk on and then there's water in the middle of everything.
Yeah.
So anywhere where there's water on the floor is dangerous? Although I guess everywhere here is dangerous.
There you go, now you're getting it.
Oh.
I think he's been awfully nice to us. Yeah. Nice to you, because he wasn't nice to me. Anyway.
How many times have you encountered this thing?
I try to stay away from it
Okay.
as much as I possibly can. Again, I haven't just kept running into it. It's not like he's showing up being oh yeah, Mikey, my foe. Sometimes I feel like it knows I'm here. Sometimes I'm a ghost. But
Are there any other ghosts from the other people who died?
not that I've seen,
That's
Do you have
weird.
any idea?
which is
why
real
they're-
shitty of them. I don't. If you would like to probably take a page from my mom, it's probably because of my metal music, which is directly linked to Satan or something. I don't know.
So in
Oh,
all the
so-
time, sorry, Richard.
I was just saying, so you have not accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior? Maybe that's why.
You say your name was Justin?
Yep.
That's pretty sick burn, Justin.
I'm just saying that, like, if you did, maybe you'd be in heaven right now.
Maybe.
So, in all the time you've been down here, you've really never seen another ghost.
No.
What about the other bodies then?
Oh no, it took those bodies.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, so your body could be the bait?
Why would my body be the bait? My body's a body. It's dead.
Wait, so they ate them when they were alive?
I mean, it found them. I don't know what happened. Like, it was dark. I had a lighter.
Okay.
Just went in and suddenly there was an explosion, or just the cave-in happened, and just screaming. Just one by one.
And
Well-
just for the record, you tried praying.
How do
And
you
it
do
did
that? Like, Heavenly Father, I've super fucking sinned for listening to that devil music.
Language,
It's
dude.
like, listen, I'm
Jeez.
not the biggest prayer, but like when I'm in trouble or if I'm really sick, I'm like, God, please get me out of this. I promise I'll be good for the rest of my days. And you never tried that?
Do I have to get on my knees?
It helps if you have knees.
Theological discussions aside, I don't know if this is doing the thing.
He like
Listen,
actually like
right now,
just drops to his knees. There's no sound, but he like
I was not the biggest church person, but we're seeing a ghost right now, and what he's describing sounds as much like a demon as I can imagine. So maybe the whole Jesus thing actually is real.
Well, maybe wait to see
that's
if
actually
it'll.
fucking fair.
Maybe wait until after we know we're safe before abandoning us.
Well, yeah, I want to get you guys out of here. I don't
Oh yeah,
want to
don't
keep
pray
you
to
here.
Jesus at
Yeah,
all
don't pray
until-
yet. Hold off on those prayers until we're like in the
So he
clear.
went from like on his knees, like hands clasped, like ready to pray, and then he's like, "Oh, okay," and he stands up. He makes a show of like dusting his jeans off, but like, what's the point? He's a ghost.
That's good stuff.
So initially I was just like, maybe we can get in there, you guys can get a better look at it. I don't want to get too close to like where it likes to hang out because it could be I don't know. I was thinking that we could use it to like distract it, to hurt it, and you guys could just run, swim, even. Just get the fuck out.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, you're the closest thing to an adult here. I mean, technically, you kind of are an adult, right? Like, you're 18.
17. But that doesn't make it any
Technically
better.
27.
Yeah, you're like 27 now. You're totally an adult, and like right now, I feel like we really need an adult. So I'm willing to go with your plan.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, sure. I guess if we just want to go in further, here we go. Are you ready, kids?
Oh,
Aye, Captain.
aye, Captain.
I don't think we'll ever.
I feel
be
like that's a
ready.
reference I didn't get.
SpongeBob
Yeah.
theme song.
We gotta.
Okay, stay close. And let's be quiet. Until
Coops.
obviously, like, it's ready, it's go time.
I don't think he knows what SpongeBob is. We know what SpongeBob is, right? Was that?
I mean, it's a
Yeah.
brand new TV show
Okay.
just came out, but yeah.
So you guys would like to proceed down there?
Yeah.
I mean, I know obviously you guys can't like figure out exactly what you want to do without seeing the map, but also like showing you the map before I get you down there seems like but so he Michael will take the lead. He does indicate again, like even though there's been plenty of talking, plenty of chatter, even though the idea of maybe it's just biding its time and waiting, he does suggest voices lowered, keeping quiet, moving quietly as you can.
We have to move as quietly as we can. Proceeding
Scoops.
now. What?
Scoops.
I'm
No
documenting.
narrating. Fix it in post.
Fix it in post. And I mean, aside from that brief intermission of like, fix it in post, toast, it does get very quiet. You do still occasionally hear the drip of water. You hear like your own footfalls seem stupid loud despite how quiet you try to make them. As you move forward though, you start to hear the churning of water. And then there's this sound, kind of like boiling water. Something churning, like just very, like in a very like particular spot, enough that it sounds like a geyser almost. Like you just hear bubbles boiling and then just an explosion of sound. And then it grows quiet again. And then a voice, a female's voice, bubbly, gurgly, filled with water, comes drifting from the end of the cavern that you are approaching. Alexa, honey, is that you? It's gentle, feminine, still gurgly in a way that I can't do. But Alexa, it does sound like your mother.
Well, she definitely freezes in place. And, like, looks to the other people around her to see if everyone heard that.
Did we?
Oh, it's echoing through the whole of the cave.
Alexa, why is your mom speaking to us?
Are we busted?
Alexa, honey, come here. Honey?
Don't, no, that sounds like a trap.
What if it's her ghost, though?
Then she'll come here and present herself like Michael. If that thing is like stuck in the water, it's gonna try to lure people in the water probably. This is like exactly what a movie monster would do.
You hear laughter, not maniacal in any ways, but it transitions from, Alexa, what you know to be like the sound of your mom into something more masculine but weathered. And then you hear, Scoops, bud, is that you? Come on. You gotta see this, buddy. Come on. And you can recognize that as the sound of your grandfather.
Okay, guys, it changed its voice, and that's not normal.
Alright, we just gotta stay smart, be cool. We know it mimics people, so don't fall for anything, okay?
Guys, what did it mimic for Michael?
Is
Michael
Michael with us?
Is like this before you got unalived.
I mean, I thought I heard my mom, but I knew it wasn't my mom. I didn't knew it would do it again. Just don't for a second think that it's any of those people, please.
Yeah, we're not that stupid.
Okay. And he comes like rounding the corner, kind of peeking out. By this point where you're walking, it's kind of opened up. Like the very linear like tube tunnel sort of walkway. One of the walls separates out. It becomes more of an open space, kind of making into a chamber. The ceilings get higher. You can see like stalactites up above. The water, that was puddles, is increasingly getting deeper when you shine your light on them. It went from like you can see the bottom to you absolutely cannot.
I would like to open the crafting menu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And aside from like the obvious light sources in this picture, this is where you come rounding into.
Oh, that's tight.
Where are
Spooky
we
and,
at?
and cool.
So you come in like the walkway that was once next to the wall. Again, it opens into a bigger chamber. You can see that there's like maybe a 10-foot gap between like there's water and then another like ledge to like walk on the other side. And I'll put you guys in here in a second. Try to like copy paste y'all.
So what I'm thinking is using 2 bottles and having one to house the dynamite and the other to house the lighter,
Oh, your ball are huge.
and use it like a bobber, and like so there's something in there so when something pulls it underwater, the bobber lifts up and strikes the grill lighter, which lights the dynamite that's like right there. And like I want to test it out without the dynamite in there, obviously, to make sure it works, and then like stick the dynamite in and screw the tops on and all that.
I really need to shorten y'all's names.
We all put like full names in. There we are. Oops. Oh yeah, they would be really long on a map page, wouldn't they?
Yeah, they're fucking huge. I think I just like Justin's name is like the shortest name here. Okay.
Before we arm our trap and get going on this, do we want to take a bio break?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I know I need to. So, all right. BRB.
Yep.
Ooh, right as the music fades down. Perfect. Okay, be right back.
We have music?
I can share when we get back. Okay,
I might have forgot
we're
a
back
token.
and we're in a cave.
I did forget a token. One moment.
Oh, I guess there's no monster, and we all get out safely.
Not that, but I want something to
Yay.
represent a thing, and I forgot it because I'm amazing.
Is it a dodgeball?
You are amazing, Sid.
Not again.
Is it a dodgeball?
That's the
Never
projectile
again.
weapon in this universe. We're all Waka from Final Fantasy X.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not gonna let me do it. Oh well. No. We'll just have to keep
You know-
playing brain game.
There was a fun quiz question I saw today on the topic of Final Fantasy, which was, do you know which spell in Final Fantasy VI costs the most mana?
Nope.
It is not Ultima or Meteor or anything like that. It is the spell Quick, which automatically gives you 2 more turns.
Okay. So coming around into this cave, again, the lights are not there. I couldn't find exactly what I wanted. This is what we got. So as you come in and you your flashlights survey the area, the center pool is big, but not monstrously so. I mean, you can tell it would be an easy swim across. It's not like you're gonna get winded swimming through it.
And this is our way out, basically?
Actually, this is your way out
Oh, okay.
because you have to swim out.
Right.
And
Is the water flowing into us this way, so we have to swim upstream?
no, it's strangely very it's still, aside from the occasional ripple. It's not like a stream or a river. It's just a still body of water.
All right.
Okay, we want to get you guys over there, and he does once again point over this way. So we either get over there, and he points across the way over here, or we get you up over that way. And he points straight ahead where you can see your walkway tapers off. It ends and it curves up into the wall. And then there's another walkway across some water, and you can actually see some old boarding, some old scaffolding from when they were actually trying to blow this place out.
Ooh. I don't trust that old walkway. I get the feeling 2 of us are gonna cross and be like, it's fine, and then the third one's gonna walk and step on a board and it's gonna snap, and then they're gonna be hanging on and and we're gonna be like, oh, we got you, and we got you, and then tentacles gonna come up and grab them.
The gurgly voice returns, and this time, Doogie, you recognize it as your father. And it's quick, it's condescending, it's straight to the point, no nonsense, just as you know your old man to be. And just shut your mouth, Doogie, you know better than that. Come on now, get over here. Come here, boy.
All right, guys, I gotta go home.
No,
Doogie, stop.
no.
What?
We all just
No,
grab
but you
him.
heard him. But you heard him.
Remember
Even
when
Michael's
you
hand
said,
reaches out to grab, and it just slips through him.
Remember when you said we're not that stupid?
Yeah.
Does that
You're-
include you?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, because
My dad just.
no, Doogie, you
You
heard the voice
hear-
change for all of us.
Yeah, I
A
know.
shower of water very briefly, or just before, there's bubbling, gurgling sounds again, and then this this shower of water, it's just dripping, cascading for a moment before it does dwindle to that dripping sound. And there's coughing, watery, just disgusting. It's a sickly sound from somewhere up ahead in the cave. And you hear again, come here, boy. Get your ass over here. And it starts taking on aspects of your father that don't exist. It's not dad, but it's dad.
Mm-hmm. And it's coming from an area of the water, you said?
Yeah, it's like coming from like up here.
I'm gonna like kind of hold up the 3B, I call it, the buoyant bottle bomb. Do we throw it in there, guys? What do
You better
I feel
put
like
that
we
down
have to-
before you hurt yourself, boy.
we... No, Dad, it's for you. I made it for you, Dad. Don't let the
Philip
monster get it though.
whispers-
It's too important.
as like we're all kind of backed up, and he's going over there. Just like, quick, huddle up, guys. If anybody has to die, it might as well be the new kid.
What the fuck?
Horrible,
I
Justin.
agree that's the most utilitarian approach, but it would still be better if it happened to none of us.
I agree. I'm just saying, if it has to happen to anyone, if someone needs to blow themselves up, I think it should be the new kid. 'Cause
Okay,
we
but
have
let's
a longer-standing friendship.
agreed, but let's make sure no one actually has to do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Speaking of, Doogie, you have the bomb in your hand, like the bottle bomb, the bomb
Yeah.
bottle, bomba.
A 3B or B3.
I need you.
B cubed.
Okay, there is an explosion of noise. It's rock giving way. It's rubble like shooting out into the water, like splashing. And you feel something cold, slimy, massive wrapping around your wrist.
Oh,
And I need you to roll probably brawn or flight. It's already got you. It's actually roll flight real quick. I'm so sorry.
and this is +1.
Just him.
Yep, just him. But also, if you guys all want to roll flight to like evade
Wait,
rubble,
that's
More
not-
tentacles.
Alright, that goofed somehow. Okay.
Do we get a +1 to
Okay.
flight, right? As kids?
yes, you
Now,
do.
when I'm holding over the 0, it says 6 plus 3 plus blank plus 1, but it's showing up as 0.
It is. I'm wondering if it's because it went plus plus, like it was
Yeah,
D6
yeah.
plus
When
1.
when you have your bonus, just press the number. Don't press the plus symbol, or it throws it off.
Okay.
I learned that
So
last
that
week.
should be 10.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a 10.
Okay, that 0 is a 10.
Can how can we use our adversity tokens to help other people? You said there's a
Adversity
way to do
tokens.
that?
So you can't use it to help somebody else if it's a snap like decision. As far as like
Gotcha.
planning and hoping things go okay, you can absolutely contribute and try to
Right.
bolster that number. But because this was like more of a reactionary thing, he's kind of self-reliant in that regard. So you all
Well, okay. The lucky doesn't necessarily. The lucky strength doesn't necessarily say my own stat check. It just
Sure.
says to reroll a stat check.
So I would say if
So-
it was a planned action that you absolutely could.
Oh, even with the lucky.
Well,
Well, when you said
Let
it
me read
before,
it.
Sid, like in session 0, I feel like you were saying that like the skills were more like a taking 10 or taking 20 kind of thing, versus like a reaction.
Do I still need to roll
Whoa!
brawn
Someone
as
exploded.
well?
May spend 2 adversity tokens to re-roll a stat check. That's literally all it says. That's super cool. I think in this particular circumstance, I would say that you can roll it for you. Again, just sticking with that. Taking 20 is when you can can help other people, but in a snap decision, like snap moment, like stuff is reactionary and it's happening immediately. I'll say you probably couldn't. Whoa.
Well, yeah, with my stupid roll, could she like dart
God
forward to
damn.
grab him out of the way?
I will say
Well,
yes to that.
Well, I did roll a 10. I did roll a 10. It's not the 2.
Sure. But also, this thing, like, total surprise, it just shot out of a wall, essentially, is what happened.
Gotcha.
So you feel that slimy, cold, wet, like, muscle, tentacle thing wrap around your wrist, the one that you're like the arm that you're holding up the bomb with.
He's trying to steal our secret weapon!
That explosion, you feel it, and you start getting like yanked backwards. And Alexa, you don't like rip him straight free from this thing's grasp, but you grab hold of him, and you are able to pull back.
Can I roll? Do I roll brawn as well, or just? Or nah?
I will say yeah. Go ahead and roll brawn.
Do I roll mine and add it to his, possibly? Ooh, that one exploded too.
That did pretty okay, actually. I was thinking that this was more of a him like holding on to this, like the bomb despite everything.
Oh, I want him to take it from me.
Is it lit though? Is it just
Well, that's the thing. Like when it hits the water, the buoyancy will like pull it to click it, and that will light the. So by pulling it underwater, that lights the dynamite.
Very briefly, just based off of like, I'm not even gonna make you roll for it because like, I mean, this is the situation that's happening. That tentacle came from the wall. It did not come from, like, it came shooting out of the wall from behind you, not from the water.
Then could I use that brawn to like grab, like let the hand slide and grab the part so I do like pull it as if it was being activated by buoyancy? Because it's just the 2 bottles sliding up to separate to click the thingy.
Right, but we don't want it to be. We don't want the explosive to be taken
mean,
into the wall.
Oh, I want it to explode him.
But if it's into the wall, then it explodes the thing we're standing on.
We don't know how far he'll pull it, right?
Do be like I've been running Michael, but Michael is a character for all of y'all to run.
Right.
You guys get to choose shit he gets to do, and he is a protective sort. So I don't know if that can influence anything on that end, but
well, you know what?
like
If
you
he-
guys
if
get
he
to
yanks
like
out-
Jaeger this thing.
If he yanks it out of my hand, that's cool. I'm assuming he's pulling it away. If it gets underwater, it'll activate. Like, that's a question. Is the tentacle like wet from water? Like the one that came out of the
Roll
wall?
brain?
Roll brain.
Just to
I got
perceive if it's like excessive wet from water or if it's just
Ooh.
tentacle feels. You don't know. Have you ever been touched by like a mega octopus? Maybe
Oh.
not.
I'm gonna use my lucky. I'm
Sure,
gonna use
go
2
for
of
it.
my adversity points and re-roll that brains.
I mean, you feel moisture on it, but also that tentacle came from a wall. Whether it was a direct shoot upwards, like, hey, like this is just a little thing I had like accessible here, or if it's been like just rooting its entire body as like a network throughout the entire cave system. Like,
I feel like maybe I should have waited to use those adversity tokens, but that's fine. That's fine.
so what are you
Alright.
doing?
I'm letting go of the bomb. I'm letting him take it.
Okay. So you notice again, he has your wrist. It's not so much the bomb that it is currently wrapped around. He grabbed you, which had
Oh.
the bomb.
I see. Okay.
And while here you go, you do notice that it's dropping from your hand. Your arm is being tugged towards, like it's suddenly like your body jerks, and that tentacle is pulling you through towards a very narrow hole in the wall.
Oh, okay. Yeah!
So how does this work? Are we supposed to be in a turn kind of thing, or we just kind of shout out things as we think of them?
I was gonna wait for turn order because I was not intending for it to be anything crazy, but I mean, it kind of sounds like that's where it's going. So if you guys want to go ahead and just roll d20s, and we can arrange that.
Okay.
That makes
Oh,
sense.
buddy.
That tracks.
I never know the best way to get y'all into turn order, and I fucking hate it.
You can always right-click the icon, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Do
Yeah,
add to
and just
turn
hit
order.
add.
And then we had Justin with 5. Someday somebody's gonna get me something that's way better than Roll20, and I'm gonna be infinitely happy about it.
They make something.
Well, we
better
do
than
have the Foundry license that I bought way back when.
That's true. I just don't think my poor little computer would be able to frickin' deal with that.
It's only
Because
really
even
when you do
then,
the,
because even then, like just sitting in a session, the amount of time stuff just froze and wouldn't like move.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
That might
Oh,
have
wait.
been because I was using really big maps, but
That wasn't. That's the tentacle. Hold on. I haven't rolled for that yet.
Oh,
I might get some cave.
If
music.
somebody wants to roll a d20 for Michael, because again, that's not my character. That's y'all's.
Sure. Here's some cave.
And this is where I thought this might get a little fucky, strictly based off of a mutual, like just a group character.
Well, Andrew, you rolled a 1, so why don't you try for better?
oh, okay. That's better.
Nice.
So, we have 2 baseball bats, right? Doogie has one and Justin has the other, if I remember correctly.
As the bike chain.
Okay, then where's the second bat? Because we have 2. I thought we took 2. Maybe we
Yeah,
didn't.
it's either you or Alexa.
Well, Alexa's got the camera,
no,
right?
Alexa wouldn't have it. I think it's Doogie and Scoops.
Okay, I guess I do. Okay, I wasn't sure.
Okay, so Scoops ahoy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hold on. Let me move this monster back. Oh, he's not that far up. There we go. He came from the wall. Oh god. Everything's awful.
So I don't get grabbed, I assume, with my
No.
flight was pretty good. So, but I see that Doogie got grabbed. So I like just instinctively like, hey, let go of my friend, and I want to like smack the tentacle with the baseball bat, just try to get it to let him go.
Okay, roll that dice.
Okay. Is that brawn?
I would go fight or brawn.
Oh, fight, yes, of course.
God
I
damn.
forgot fight was a thing.
Let me read the stuff again.
All right. How about an 8 out of 12 fight?
Strength does not determine how well you can fight. Yeah, so that's more lifting things. That's more heavy work. So
Got it.
fight is the.
Yeah. So an 8 out of 12.
So it's definitely hard to miss this thing. You turn around, you see just this mass just shooting from the wall. It's wrapped around Doogie's wrist, like it's tugging on him. Alexa and Doogie are both tugging back. I mean, unless you were not on top of this thing, that's the only way you would be able to miss.
Yeah, I just wanted to let my friend go.
You swing down with the wooden or the metal baseball bat, strictly out of curiosity?
I think Doogie's got the wooden one, right? Because you said you had the Louisville Slugger, so it'd be
Metal.
aluminum. So I have the metal or aluminum.
Strictly out of curiosity. It's not
Yeah.
going to make a big difference.
Sure.
But like all you hear is this thing cling, and like when you're like petting a cat or like an animal, like a dog or anything, and you
With a
just
bat,
barely
as you
touch
do.
it. Yeah, as you do. But like when you like touch like just the ends of their fur and their skin like scrunches up all funny, you see the skin on this tentacle like kind of bunch where the bat hit. In this kind, like, it doesn't move otherwise. It doesn't waver.
It doesn't let Doogie go.
It takes the hit and it just it twitches.
Oh.
Cool. I'd like to tack on a smite. Okay.
You just like scream out, "I smite you!"
Guys, I don't think it felt the bat.
Alexa.
Yeah.
Also, you can move. I'm gonna say you can move. There's no like combat rules, but like obviously a turn is a turn.
His next thought would be to try to pull Doogie away from it. So I guess like at most I'm there. You
Sure.
know?
Yeah, so Alexia already has a hold of Doogie. But her brawn is not very good. So I think I'm trying to think of what she would do here. And I think she wouldn't try to attack it and get it off, because my first thought was like, oh, maybe she'll like kick at it as she pulls that on Doogie, but that doesn't make as much sense. Because she's right next to Doogie when like the bottle falls, can she like hold on to Doogie with like one hand and try to grab the bottle so that it doesn't like shatter all over the ground?
Oh, it's like
so.
plastic water bottles.
Oh.
They had plastic water bottles back then, right? Or was that was 2010? What am I talking about?
I was about to say this is the 90s. I don't entirely understand the mechanism of your bottle bomb, but also like it's I mean, it's Imagine Land.
Well, at the very least, she'll probably grab for it like on the ground, because it probably hit the ground.
Oh yeah. If he let go of it, it's dropping.
Yeah, just so that it doesn't get lost or roll away or kicked or anything like that. She's gonna grab at that, but also try to keep on the Doogie so that he's not yanked away immediately.
So since you already you got a pretty good hold on him already, I'm gonna say for the sake of reflexes of reaching out and grabbing this thing, go ahead and do flight.
Okay.
Yeah, you grab it. There's a moment, a very brief moment in time where you see Doogie kick his foot out and you think, oh my god, he's gonna kick that thing into the water. We no longer have a hold on this situation, and you just you reach out and snag it. There's the feeling of Doogie's foot hits your arm, but it's not anything that hurts or is harmful. It's just a ha kind of moment. Do y'all want to do anything with Michael?
Are there any flames open right now?
What's up?
Are there any flames open right now?
Not currently.
No open flames.
There was 2 lighters. Now I think there's some. I think Doogie has a lighter.
And he can teleport someone, right?
He doesn't know.
He can certainly try.
If he could try grabbing Doogie and teleporting him.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have the same thought. So that's
Okay.
1 adversity token. I'll click that.
Okay. So, and again, because this is narrative, and it's also your guys' character. How would you propose the ghost of the teenager to reach out, grab a hold of your friend, and try to teleport away?
Using RAI, and you figure it out, DM. I'm just kidding.
Okay,
I'm kidding.
so
I think it's like I think it's like an emotional thing for Michael. Like he's like reliving the death thing, and he's like, nope, can't let this happen to another kid. And he's gonna like reach out, grab, because he doesn't know if he can do it, but he has to try something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I was thinking that, or like almost like you know, like in movies when someone will like wave their hands in emotion for like telekinesis. If it's the same kind of deal where he's just like, no, just you over here, please, like that kind of thing, you know, like
Okay.
that kind of
Right.
energy of like, let me just get this thing over here.
So your flashlight's dim. For a moment, it is pitch dark in that cave again. And kind of stated it earlier, it's the embodiment of absence of light. But then you can still see Michael. You can still see him in the dark as he reaches forward. And while it's not just a like he can do it with his mind thing, he does reach out, and you see his fingers snag on Doogie's clothing just as those like the flashlights come back to life. And one moment Doogie is there, and then the next moment Doogie is behind him.
Yeah.
And I already took that point away. And Doogie, you can see like just abject panic on this kid's face as he's like, go, 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 go. Like he's trying to urge you guys forward. Like in any fucking direction, just away from monster.
Yeah.
And unfortunately it is the monster's turn. Alexa,
Mm-hmm.
you're awfully close.
Mm-hmm.
You once again like hear the distant whisperings of your mother. You hear her voice ricocheting off the walls of this cavern. It's still bubbly, still wet, still like it's submerged underwater, but still mom, but not mom. You hear her call your name as one of these tentacles like lash out again. And if you want to make flight, you may make some flight.
Yep, definitely a flight. Come on, don't be terrible.
Cool. Okay.
Any kind of adversity token thing I can use to add to that?
Well, I can use a lucky.
I have a cool under pressure that I guess it just helps do stuff under pressure. I forget exactly what it means. It has something to do with snap decisions.
No, you're actually super fine. The tentacle like lashes out where you were kind of ducked, like reaching for the bottle. It lunges forward where you were standing, and as you kind of like teeter backwards, like kind of onto your butt for a moment. You scoot back, you have the bomb in your hand, but you just narrowly miss that thing like swiping where your neck would have been. Justin.
Seeing that it's like swiping at her and then just missing, because he seems to revolve around things he's seen in movies, he wants to like grab her hand and start running.
Okay.
So could I do a flight? Could I do anything to assist her in running, or mechanically should I just take off running? Narratively, I'd like to think that he tried to like help give her,
and
like, pull her out of danger of the thing and run.
again, part of the super bullshit about combat is there's no combat rules, so you can absolutely do that. So you're gonna reach out for her hand and try to make a run for it.
Yep.
Go ahead and roll flight.
Alrighty. Plus.
Hey, that looks like a big number. Nice. So in the midst of the crazy of voices ricocheting off the walls, of frickin' Doug nearly being like pulled into a wall, of suddenly you guys have a bomb, in the midst of it all, you hear your own mom cry out. It's not a happy sound. It's not a lucid sound. It's a drunk sound. It's a drunk scream. It's just loud. It's shrieking, but you can hear that it is your name. And you've heard it in this tone a few times before. Not angry, not sad, just screaming. But you hear just Justin, just a wail, just in the cavern as you take off running away from the tentacles.
You're not my mom.
I don't know you. So, and you guys do have a +1/2 flight, which you got. So if you want to, like, I wouldn't say you could like just hoof it like across the fucking cavern. But I would say you could at least make like 15-20 feet.
Okay.
I'll take the dash action.
Which way are we going? Because I'll just move my token far.
I guess just up.
This
four.
is our exit.
Really quickly, like as we're actually, I'll ask the question at the top of the round. We'll do it that way. Justin. Oops, I hit the button too soon. It's sorry, Doogie. It's Doogie.
Oh, okay. So Alexa has the bottle bomb.
Alexa has the bottle bomb.
Okay. Come on, Scoops, we gotta get out of here.
I was trying to help you.
You're doing great.
I don't know.
I'm gonna
about
rush
that.
up here and.
It still has you, buddy.
Oh, I thought.
Does it?
No,
I thought I was teleported.
I thought he got
Oh, that's
teleported.
right. He did.
Yeah,
That's
it was
right. That's
teleported.
Right. That's right. My
Don't tell me
bad.
to
I
coop
forgot
up.
about
Don't tell me to
fucking
keep up.
teleportation.
When you're
How do
pooping
you move
everywhere.
We can only move like 3 or 4 squares on a 15 flight.
Yeah.
You just
Oh.
moved 5.
Oh, I'm sorry. My flight is a D6.
I mean,
Okay.
you're running. You got flashlights. I'm not gonna like every single turn you have to roll a flight. Like that was a like grab Alexa and go type of flight. What they
Gotcha.
just did. Can you imagine having to roll a frickin' flight dice every time you wanted to fucking move?
That would be
Jesus
awful.
Christ.
That'd be like
What I-
playing a board
We would be
game.
done already.
That's like
What I
that's
would like to
Candyland.
do-
What's the standard
Yeah.
amount of movement? We moved 4, so.
I would like to roll a grit to keep calm under the situation so I can read the room and assess a couple things. Mostly like with this area here, is there still creature there that I could see that it's like a hub for? And then like what other, like if the only thing left is to get us out of this thing, we need to start swimming. But like,
So you said one of the things in particular you wanted to see was what was up here? Is that what you
yeah,
said?
yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your grit.
And I'd like to kind of keep everyone calm and take like an authoritative, like, all right, troops, we're getting the hell out of here. Bust ass and move your feet. Beat feet.
It's hard. Just a moment ago, something not normal grabbed you. It's been a long day. But as you take your breath, you're a little nauseous. One second you were one place, next you were in another. There's a weird smelling jacket in your bag. It's a lot.
Oh, the
But
jacket I left behind.
Oh,
The
okay.
other stuff.
It's hard, but it's not impossible. You're shaken, you're scared, but you are determined. You turn and you angle your flashlight out towards the water. And it's hard to miss almost. Not because it's like blending in with the background or anything, but because it's what you see isn't large by any means, but what you do see is uncomfortable and a little haunting. One of the tentacles, similar to the one that grabbed you but much larger, is out of the water, and it's kind of wavering back and forth, but instead of like it ending as a tentacle would, just kind of waving about in the water, like, I don't know, some movie maybe, definitely not anything based in any kind of reality, you notice a body. It's... Oh, you brought Topo Chico home. It's limp. It's waterlogged. It's missing a boot. And you notice as those voices come gurgling out, its mouth is just kind of opening in this slow, disgusting lull, but it's articulate. And every time it happens, water just comes like flooding out of its mouth.
It's a meat puppet.
It might be a meat puppet.
Oh.
So you see that, but also you are capable of catching a breath and being like, okay, we gotta go, because you gotta go. Like, that's probably the only reason why it does get out.
Oh, man. Do I see, like, a crevice I could jam the bottle bomb into if I had it?
I mean, it's all craggy, non-polished rock. Again, they were blowing their way through this area, like trying to like establish another entrance to the mine, perhaps. So it's all rough. You can find a place to wedge it in. It's just finding where and if.
So the action in me is like, let's dive in head first with it. It activates, and just like plant it and then push off as fast as I can. But I can guarantee that will go the worst it could possibly go.
It's about right here. Doing creepy tentacle shit.
Cool.
Like a sad little meat puppet.
All right. I'd like to grab the bottle bomb, and what's a reasonable distance to move?
You are kids, and you are 10. I would, if you had some stuff to like that you could do, like I would add it, but I'm basing it on like 15 feet.
Okay. I'll rush up the 15 feet. I'll grab the bottle bomb, assuming Alexa lets me have it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna pop it and chuck it at the dude man tentacle.
Okay.
And then cover your ears.
Hold on here. Let's see what the best stat to roll is, cause I don't know. Brawn is brute strength. It's like how much you can lift, how physically intimidating you are. I would allow brawn strictly for strength. I would allow fight because it's you're fighting. And I might even no, probably not brain.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Would you
I would
accept
allow
grit
honor.
for keeping my cool?
No, because
okay.
that's like a con check.
Dang. Okay, I was gonna. Okay. Okay, I will do brawn then because my fight is my worst stat. Oh, 2 ain't great. 2 is not great,
You throw it.
but that is what I rolled.
Hold on, let me make my little stick of TNT.
Dodgeball.
Shut up! Don't put that evil on me. It's also massive in scale, but like, you know.
Caricature of a dynamite.
I like the dodgeball is going to become shorthand now for any time a token just doesn't do what we want it to do.
Do that. I'll do that.
Nice.
There it is.
You throw it. There's so much happening. You're a little shaken up. You're able to muster on and go forward. But as you throw this thing, it's like when the people that play the baseballs or the softballs don't know how to throw the baseballs and the softballs, and they like just like spike it down into the ground.
It's not weighted for throwing, you know. You just whip it. Oh.
You just see it like go straight into the water, like right next to your ledge. And it
I
just
turn around
splashes right there.
I turn immediately around like. Oh.
Okay,
Oh,
Scoops.
that's my turn. I'm gonna go pee. Think about what I've done.
Well, first I'm going to get caught up to everyone. And then, okay, so Dynamite went into the water.
Dynamite.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is where I was gonna ask, by the way. Do you guys want Michael to have his own individual turn? Or do you want your decision for what Michael does to be on your turn as you go? So you're like, by the way, I want Michael to do this. Like, do you want it that way? Or do you want just Michael gets one op
My vote would
to
be
do anything?
My vote would be Michael gets his turn, because that way we as a group collectively know when we can, like, when to make him do something. You know what I mean? I just think that's simpler
Yeah,
to know
okay.
when his opportunity to act is coming
Sure.
up. As
Okay.
opposed to trying to figure out, did he go yet? Is it the top of the round? Whatever.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Sure,
you
sure.
just know that's his spot. If people disagree, that's please speak up. But I think that's simplest.
I agree with that because then we can deliberate on what's best.
Okay. So Dynamite went in the water, and over here we got a tentacle and a meat puppet.
Meat puppet?
What is this black circle here?
Oh, you can see that?
Should I not?
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter. It's a hole in that particular area of walking.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was a hole or
I will
like-
not make you roll brain for that. It's a hole.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was that or if it was like, you know how sometimes on maps like a column in a cave will just be like a blank space.
No, man, I don't got that patience.
Okay.
I'm not marking anything out.
Okay. I don't.
It's weird not having any abilities, right?
I know. Okay. He's going to open up his backpack, pull out his voice recorder, because it's not just a recorder, but a, you know, a cassette player. It's a full-on, like, thing. It can also play sound, not just receive sound. So he's gonna pull it out. Hey, guys. I know our weapon kind of just went in the water, but if we're trying to get the thing's attention, I mean, I do basically have a speaker right here. Maybe we could distract it with this and swim out?
To clarify, I believe he lit the dynamite before checking it, didn't he? Did you click it? Yeah, so the dynamite
Oh,
is
so it is
clicked.
going to blow. Okay.
Yeah.
Assuming my contraption worked. Yes.
Okay, well, Scoop's maybe not thinking it's gonna work, maybe, or like when it blows, but for the moment, he's just like, well, I guess that's in the water. You know what I mean? You're the mechanical experts. Scoops doesn't know any better. I think we'll still have offered that. But upon hearing the explosion, we may, operate differently. But that's what he would bring up. And I
Okay.
moved, so I think otherwise, that's it for me.
Alexa.
Because it's in a bottle, is the TNT like floating at the top of the surface, or
It's floating and you can see sparks. It's doing something. Whether or not it's gonna actually blow is another story. But the fuse is lit.
how far down is it, like water wise, like from the platform where we are to the water?
You would probably need somebody to support your legs, but you could most definitely reach it if you bent down and grabbed it. You'd have to bend over it to grab it, but
Don't necessarily want to grab lit TNT.
I understand.
Actually, I was more thinking if this little wheelbarrow thing is actually there.
Say yeah, it's a mine.
If we knock it into the water, will the splash cause the TNT to drift out in the direction we want it to?
Roll brain.
Yeah. Player can figure this out. Can Alexa figure this out?
I mean, that or it just.
You can absolutely do it, but you definitely don't think it's impossible. But
I'm gonna try it.
Okay.
Alexa's gonna go over and try and get it so that the wheelbarrow falls as close to the wall as possible, so that it's just gonna splash out from there.
Sure. Okay. It's a wheelbarrow. It's not a significant feat of strength to move it. But I do want you to roll a D100.
Okay.
Oh, I thought that 5 was your out of 100 for a second.
God damn it.
What does that mean?
Well, it's such a middle ground roll.
You know what? Can I use my lucky and see if I get anything better?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Spending 2 adversity.
Because 56 is obviously not a bad roll in terms of D100, but
How about exactly in the middle?
Can I just keep doing lucky until I get what I want?
what's the rule on it? Part of me says yes, but then the other
I have
part of
no
me is
idea.
that's a lot. Is that in
I
strength?
have 3 more luckies I could do.
May spend 2 adversity tokens to free roll a stat check.
I've saved all of
sure?
my adversity for this.
It doesn't hold. I think it's only. No, you can keep fucking going. Hit it. Go for it.
All right.
Roll it again.
Hey.
That's
Hey.
better.
So, initially you grab a hold of the wheelbarrow, and you chuck it down into the water, and it does move the dynamite. It shifts it over, and for a second you think it's gonna twist and topple over and submerge, and it's gonna be useless. But it does drift outward, not super far, but because of that 80, I want to say you don't just let go of the wheelbarrow. You plunge that thing just enough to make another wave for the TNT to move a little further out. And the fuse is still burning. It is Michael's turn. What do y'all want to do with him?
I was thinking he could teleport in and grab the thing, but he can't. The interacting with corporeal objects is an issue.
Sid, is that campfire-y kind of thing on the north side of the map? Is that actually
No.
there?
No.
So there was no fire there he could actually manipulate.
No.
Okay.
Can he just jump in and poltergeist this thing and distract it while we swim to safety? Sacrifice himself.
Can he
He's a
pull
dead
out-
Well,
boy.
so
I say again, I had a bunch of question marks on here that for whatever reason, it's like, I don't want to keep this. But I had like question marks and it was worth like 5 tokens.
Mystery power, mystery power, mystery
Yeah.
power,
Yeah.
mystery power.
So, one thing we know he can do, and that fits with what we've talked about before, is the Game Boy plan. Like, if we make it create sound as a distraction, then he could potentially dampen the sound of us actually swimming, right?
Maybe, but
Yeah, I mean, Justin's next move is to turn his Game Boy on to, doing that, initial Game Boy song of like, da 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 da, chuck it in the water right near it and try to swim away. That's the best he's got right now.
I mean that's assuming it only hears through sound, right? Like,
Yeah, that's true. We don't
I mean,
know
only
if it can see. It's just staring at us as we do it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
As far as Justin knows, he is surrounded. There was a thing behind him. There's a thing in front of him. Like,
There's something in the water. Like,
there's something in the water. He knows that there's a way out, and it's there. So, like, unless he's gonna back up and go off in this other direction,
Well-
I don't know what to do other than distracted and.
well,
try
right now we're
to
talking
go
about
back.
Michael. Right now we're talking about Michael, and
Yeah,
I want to
so
see
it's
what
what
those
Michael's
5 psychic energy tokens can do.
Yeah, I want to see a mystery power.
100%.
I
Bear
want to
in
see
mind-
Super Saiyan, full on L, like. "Nyah!"
he only has 5 points left,
Yep.
and it costs 5.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay, so given that you guys want to do the mystery
I
5
vote-
psychic,
I vote yay.
okay,
We gotta know. I hope it's a
We got-
ghost
Yeah.
gun that just shoots Cthulhu.
So
okay. What is the what is there a particular something you guys are aiming for?
The thing in the water.
Yeah, is
Okay.
there like a core piece of it, or what appears to be, its central mass in the water?
Not that you can see.
Okay.
But I mean, like, as far as Michael, you want him to do something towards it?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case.
Because that seemed to be the whole plan from the beginning, was distract the thing and swim away.
Mhm.
Okay.
Maybe
So-
his pirate takes over and he just takes the dynamite down to it.
Actually. That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Was he fucking just, like, he
Hey.
vanishes and you guys don't notice the dynamite anymore. But just before that surge of light happens, it grows very, very dark in the room, but you can still see the sputtering, like, the thing on the dynamite thing.
Fuse.
Fuse! Bless you, child.
The
you still see,
TikTok
like,
line.
the sputtering, like, flame of the fuse as it's like dying down. And there's, like, the motion of Michael running and jumping, just as those lights come back on. The dynamite submerges. Michael is gone. But all the same, there is an explosion. There is a sound. Not just the explosion of water and rubble, but there is something that shakes you to your core. It shakes your bones. It's felt internally as well as, like, you can hear it echoing. It's all of those voices of the people that you heard just moments before in the tunnel, but also something else. The meat puppet, as the tentacle, like, just thrashes down, like, into the water, just for the lulz, meat puppet goes like, what? With his leg.
Gets punted like a seal.
Yeah, it dislodges from, like, the tentacle that was holding it. It makes it like a wet splat up against the wall. like in some part of the cavern, and then it vanishes as well. Like it sinks back into the water, just like, or dives more so. Dives more aggressive. It's going after something. Now it's his turn. Let's see something real quick. Correct. It's quiet? Question mark. And it is Justin's turn. Unless now you guys just want to say like, no, we're going.
That's exactly what Justin's doing. Justin
That's
is
the window.
Yeah.
gonna jump into that water and try to swim the hell
Okay.
away.
Mm-hmm.
I will allow flight or brawn strictly because it's swimming.
Well,
For you guys to roll
Light is a
these.
D20 and Bronze a D4, so let's go with Bronze.
Rolled over from that one.
I had to put flight and fight as my two worst traits.
Okay, Justin, you were like a little fish to water. Damn, Alexa.
Nice.
For just the bad night, like the puking and the running and the not being able to get out of the rope, like maybe
wants
you
to go
can go
home.
like, yeah.
But the minute the tentacles came out, he got another burst of like, fuck this, I'm out.
I am out. Okay. So Justin and Alexa, you both like as soon as that dynamite is like down in the water, it sounded like that those screams just echoed. You're like, I'm out. You both just like run and jump into the water. It's deep, you can't touch the ground. But you know where the exit is. It was indicated towards you when you first came in. And you're very quick to go. Like backpack aside, it's not even weighing you down. You have your flashlights. You're going.
Oh, he probably would have, if he has to swim, he probably would have dumped all his stuff and be like, I hate this, but
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, he's not gonna wear stuff that's gonna like make swimming 10 times harder.
I have my chain. Okay, sure. So you ditch your stuff before you go. Scoops and the Dukester.
Mm-hmm.
Dukester and the Scoops.
The Dukester and the Scoops in the morning.
You run and like you follow, I assume. You're ready to fucking go.
Oh, yes.
But like dog paddle slow. Like just oh god. Like everything is awful. The water is strangely like is churning strangely. Like it's not rapids or anything like that, but there is definitely like current underneath, and every so often you get like a couple good like strokes forward and it's like a jostle back.
Oh.
But
I have my swimming
collectively-
badge. This is bullshit.
Collectively, and let me see real quick here. You're Justin, it's for Justin and Alexa. Actually, Justin, you're nearing this point in your swim where it's wall. This is where you got to go under. It's as you're like nearing that point and you're like, okay, like big breath, ready to go under. Here we go. You feel something touch your leg. It coils around your ankle.
Both
really
Alexa and
quickly.
Alexa get that?
Just Justin.
Oh.
If you want to roll light or brawn. I know you have one that's less, but like there's a lot.
It's gotta be flight.
It's gotta be flight. Every little thing you do. Oh no. My connection's interrupted. Oh, there it goes.
Well, we'll still hear you for now. Oh.
Okay. Let me check something. Let me check something.
Are we doing new rolls of flight? All of us?
No, this
No,
was just for
Justin.
him.
Just
Oh,
okay.
you barely. You barely.
Hmm.
You feel this thing, like, you feel it start to coil. Like, you feel it wrapping up around your leg. and there's just this one really good kick, and it's gone. Whether it's distracted by something else, whether it's potentially weak and it doesn't have like the ability to really fight anymore, who fucking cares? But you guys continue to swim on. As you two get ready to go under, Doogie and Scoops, one more flight.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Just to see how the going is going.
Yeah.
It should be a 5.
Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy.
Out of 6 plus 1.
Oh, okay.
7.
So it's
10.
it's not easy. And because it's taking you a little longer, you can see the tint of red in the water with your flashlights as you guys are moving. Something is bleeding. But you guys do make your way over to where your friends are submerging. It just takes you a little longer to get there. Alexa and Justin, are you ready to go under the water?
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
God, would it just be
Would
flight again?
like Grit be holding your breath?
I really like grit because that's more online with like con saves. So if you guys could do grit.
Oh no. Okay. Explode. Please.
Oh no.
Oh, buddy.
Might be your lungs that are
Can I
exploding
do
there.
adversity token or anything?
No, you can absolutely use. Yeah. I don't know if you have anything in particular for grit. You can add a 1 to it, so it's a 2.
Can I give him one of my? Can I do a lucky for him?
The rule has been no, and I don't want to like be like you're about to die. It's fine.
I can spend an adversity token to take half of my die's value instead of rolling on a snap decision. Would this be a snap thing? Like
Yes.
quick
Yes, it
one?
is. Mm-hmm.
Okay, in that case, half of grit is 6.5, or it's just 6.
6? Okay, that's so much better. So there's a brief moment when you're going to submerge, and your head like collides with the wall. You didn't like get low enough to like start into the short swim. And it's you kind of gasp, you withdraw, and you like cough up like a good thing of water before just like okay, and you dive down and you start through the cavern. With your flash, like only because you have flashlights, you can see it's narrow, but it's not rough. This is a point of entry that they were trying to use for mining. So it's pretty well kept. But you don't see light at the end or anything like that, but it's also quite late in the evening. But it's 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 15, 20. Your lungs start to burn, and there's a moment of like, oh my god. And then you notice that like the ceiling that was there is just gone, and you're able to emerge just straight up. And like, yeah. And Alexa's there with you.
Oh my god, we're alive.
Because you also rolled a 7.
All right,
Yeah,
all right.
you got there.
Let's make a little bit of room. Make a little room for the others to get through.
Okay, you kids.
I'm gonna like wade over and try to grab something.
Oh boy.
If you want to go ahead and roll your grit.
All right. Well, Boy Scout, got my swimming badge. I can hold my breath for 2 minutes. This should be easy peasy.
2 minutes, god damn.
Oh, come on. Yeah, I'm gonna use my lucky, to re-roll that.
Hey,
It's
six
decent
up-
though.
Yeah.
It's
Six
not a
was good.
fail by any means.
It'll get me there.
It's just not comfy.
Yeah. Well, I'm hauling this backpack. I'm swimming with the backpack, which I'm not used to. So
Tony,
that's
you want to roll grit?
dragging me down.
Let's do it. I believe that's my lowest. Oop, what happened? Sorry, I opened the wrong thing for a second. Grit is... Oh, it's not my lowest. I thought it was.
Can I retcon to say my split decision was to let go of the backpack when I
Sure,
when I was
absolutely.
realizing I'm not going to be able to hold my breath under this?
Yeah.
A 3 grit. How am I doing?
You watch as Doogie vanishes from view. And even though something in you like registers that he's not swimming fast, there's still like this acknowledgement of, but he is faster than me. Your lungs start to burn. There's a bubble of panic in you. You like air bubbles kind of they leave your mouth, and it's enough to make you think that in that moment, like, this is it. And right when the corners of your eyes start to grow dark and you think like I have to take a breath, that's when you're suddenly, let me see, you're suddenly just out of the water. You don't remember how you got up and out. You're just glad that you were out.
Cool.
Like skin of your teeth.
We may... I don't think this is recording anymore.
You guys come out and it is nighttime. And hold on here. Oh, I was one short. God dang. And you're up in a section of water that you're kind of familiar with. You know this as like not the main portion of the Quarry Lake where Ethan Queen has his cabin and like Lover's Leap looks over it, but it's one of the sort of outlier spots that's next to it. You can tell that there's been activity here. There's even like a couple of areas where like there's an old mine entrance even like visible from the water, aside from the one that you guys just kind of came through. But it is dark and it is cold, and you guys are free. Yay, I just set that up. Did it work?
Yep.
It's not nearly as dark as I want it to be, but it's dark time.
I'll just squint a little bit. Sid.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Artem.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, now that we're out of the water, upon checking my backpack, does any of my stuff still work? The recorder or the Game Boy or any of that? I imagine it does not, especially if I swam slowly.
Well, and it probably not going to help you to check while you're still in the water. Do you guys leave the water?
Oh, sorry. I thought we were.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. Like,
This
first
happens
thing
on
is
shore.
swim to whatever shore.
Yeah, I check
Yeah,
it on shore. Sorry, I'll clarify.
As everybody's coming to shore with their backpacks, I'm like, did I really need to leave mine behind?
You left
Maybe
yours?
not.
I'm like flipping mine over and dumping the water out of it. I don't know if it would have made the trip, bud. Does this still work?
Before you do anything, I want you to roll brain.
Okay. Specifically me or everybody?
Specifically you, if you're like, let me check if my electronics are working.
Yeah, Alexa's gonna do the same
17.
thing.
Nope. Next roll.
If it's still got water inside and you wanted to see if the water did anything to help, like to do anything, it'd probably be good to try to dry it out first.
Gotta do the rice bowl trick.
Yeah.
Yep. I did.
All right, guys, we're gonna get everything we had replaced because we're gonna get so much moolah once we cash in this story.
Well, My notes, though, when I pull out the notebook and, like, you know how, like, when paper gets wet, it's just like...
Oh no.
Right, we remember. It's all good. Besides, we have you got like an ID and stuff, right?
Yeah, I sure do. Yeah, but yeah, got to find his parents and bring that to him, to them.
Can we inspect to see if there actually is indeed an ID and stuff like that, or if it's like it was never there at all?
Absolutely. So you pull out the wallet, and it looks the same as it did in the cave. Worn, kind of cheap, but still intact. You open it, and there is an ID there of a young man with chiseled features. Not chiseled necessarily, like not strong features, but like he had a very angular face, kind eyes, dark. Um, his hair is like just a ruffled mess of just dark locks. And even in the photo on the license, he's wearing some sort of black, like ripped up tee that looks like it has some kind of metal logo on it.
Tight. I'll hand that over. And then I'm gonna like step behind a tree. I'm gonna pull out like Ziploc bags with changes of clothes, and I'm gonna step behind a tree and like start taking the wet clothes off and like
Was
changing
that in
to
your
dry
backpack?
clothes. Absolutely, it was change of clothes, triple undies and socks.
God damn.
Boy Scout
I'm not even
baby.
spending the night, but I'm making sure I got enough underwear to get me through the day.
Always got to carry more underwear and socks than you need. Nothing worse than trench foot or trench
Correct.
junk.
Correct. So where you guys are on this, did I move you to the map? I moved you to the map. You guys are over here
Anybody want a granola bar?
on this little outlier little bit here.
Ugh, how are those at this point?
Wrapped or wrapped?
You
Crunch
guys
stuff.
came from here, so it was a little bit of a jaunt. You guys do not have your bikes,
Oh,
but it
Oh,
is
yeah.
getting late. So do you guys
We
want to go
definitely
get
need to
your
walk
bikes?
in.
Okay.
Absolutely. A kid doesn't leave
Yeah.
their bike in the
And
woods.
Okay.
we need
gotta
to
walk back with
see,
the bike.
It's like gold.
and we need to see if Letty's somewhere around there still.
Mm-hmm.
Like if she's gone or just
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
answer, you know?
Out of the tunnels, I'll radio Letty.
Well, does that still work?
Oh,
Probably
shit.
not.
You press the
Oh,
call button and it
again, I
squirts
would-
like a super soaker.
I would recommend trying to dry out your electronics before trying. It
Yeah,
might
that's
make
fair.
it worse just trying it. So you guys go get your bikes. It is a miserable walk. It's dark. There's a little bit of a breeze just to make it just bitter cold, and like not bitter cold, but like cold enough that it's uncomfortable. Plus there's jeans and jeans chafe.
Yeah, I gotta imagine we're getting like those like water park blisters. You know, like after the water, you put your regular shoes back on, and it just like
Like wait.
Not
ruins
me.
you.
I'm doing great.
Yeah, because you bought like 10 pairs of outfits. So you guys do like eventually find your bikes. You're right where you left them. You do not see Letty anywhere, but you do see the walkie-talkie.
Oh,
What about the rope?
Rope's gone.
I'm gonna go inspect the walkie.
It works. You click it, it makes a little sound.
Anybody there? Over.
If you're just using the same channel that you were on,
Mhm.
it's radio silent because it's linked to yours.
What's this channel? Someone could be using the same channel.
Sid.
Ooh, I'll switch it to the
Yo.
emergency channel.
That's an option.
Sid, can I use my treasure hunter ability, which is like find something in the environment to see if there's like something to mark the direction she went in?
I'll let you use that, yeah.
I would like to do that, please.
It's hard because I mean there's really no sign of her. Like she didn't leave anything in particular behind, but with a little bit of time, because it's dark and you have a flashlight and it's been one hell of a fucking day, you do see like a footprint that might be hers, like small child size, that's leading away.
Okay. Well, guys, I at least found a footprint. Maybe she went this way. In what direction is that, Sid? Is that toward town?
Towards town.
Or okay, it is toward town. I think she might have just gone back. Maybe she got scared or got tired of waiting.
Understandable. Well, we can either head to town or go squat in Ethan Queen's cabin. Cabin would be closer.
To clarify, Ethan Queen is in town.
Yeah, he was at the unveiling.
Also, it's
He'd love to.
nighttime.
Guys.
And you do have parents. You are 10.
Yeah.
We should go to Ethan Queen's house right now, like knock on his door. He'll be there. We can tell him the whole story while it's fresh in our minds.
We can
We
tell
have,
our
like,
parents.
No, Justin, we
Call
need
our
to go
parents.
home.
We could call our parents from Ethan
Yeah.
Queen's house.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a shorter walk. We can call the parents and pick us up from there, right?
Yeah.
Well,
mean,
we
is
could
that
just
or
bike
drive
home.
all the
We're
way-
gonna get in trouble.
We're gonna get in trouble either way. You're
We
all
are gonna
soaked.
get. Well, I'm not gonna get in trouble, to be honest. But there's less biking, and I am tired. Am I though? Do my parents care?
I mean, they're your parents. They may not care, but they are probably aware that you are not at home.
Okay. I'm gonna get grounded by default because that's what they think parents are supposed to do or whatever.
I don't think my dad would ground me for getting stuck in a cave. I think he'd be worried about me and happy that I got home.
I think Scoops would
Some
like.
of y'all's parents work late too. They
Yeah.
might not even know that you're not there yet.
Well, see, that's what I was thinking. Like, would Scoops'
That's
parents even notice I'm
partially
not
why-
there since they don't care? You know.
I
How
think
is
I
it? Is it, like,
said that your
10?
mom had a stall at the fair, so I
that's
mean,
true.
she's
Or-
around.
That's true. Or is it like a thing where?
You didn't give me information about your parents. You gave me information about your grandpa.
Yeah,
and you live
I,
with
yeah, I
your
did.
parents.
I said they were
so-
like absentee, like they just kind of didn't care.
Sure. Okay.
So I imagine like if I get in trouble, they're like, I don't know, honey, how do we punish the kid? I don't know, take away something. You know what I mean? Like they don't know how to
Sure.
properly discipline.
If I switch the walkie over to the emergency channel, do we hear any chatter, or is there just nothing going on right now?
As far as like my knowledge of emergency channel on walkies is that you like blare a little signal and then they're like, yeah, hello. I think. I don't know.
Okay, gotcha. It's not like a CB radio. I wouldn't. Be
Right,
hearing-
like people aren't just like sitting there talking all night. So if you want to like hit emergency channel and like go ahead and like call for something, that's an option.
tries to ping other walkies in the area, basically.
I think so. Like that's how I've seen them work.
Gotcha.
Usually the ones that you're linked to as well, so that might be an issue. So you guys can either try to ping for help with the walkie. Y'all can go to Ethan's house and hope that he can call parents. Some of y'all could probably sneak home and be fine. What would y'all like to
That's
do?
Alexa's plan. Alexa's gonna be like, I'm not going to that weirdo Ethan's house. I'm going home. This is the worst day ever.
Well, you shouldn't ride home alone, so maybe I'll ride too.
All right, buddy system's a good idea. Are we all going, or what do you think?
You three can go. You know, I'm used to riding by myself because I ride by myself on the route all the time. I go knock on Ethan's.
Justin, if you want to sell the story and get all the money for yourself, you should just tell us that.
Cooper, after this day, the one rule we follow is buddy system. If you're going there, you need a buddy. These two are buddies. They'll be fine.
I'm gonna like lean forward and
You
whisper
wanna
into
take me to
Justin's.
Ethan Queen's cabin then?
I'm gonna like whisper into Justin's ear. If you only take Doogie, I bet you could talk him into like a 90-10 deal. Just saying. Like a
I
90-10
don't want to
split.
go, but if you're going, I will.
I'm going.
All right, then we're both going. All right, y'all, be safe. I'm gonna hand you the wet radio. I guess get that dried off and radio me when I don't know.
When it's dry.
I guess, yeah. Yeah, that.
Okay, I guess I'll like hang it on the clothesline or something.
No, soak it in like rice or take the batteries out.
Okay, I'll figure it
Good
out.
luck, y'all.
I'm not the
Okay.
technical one.
We're splitting the party
So-
over here.
Two of you ride off into the night, heading home. It's a quick ride. It's nothing crazy. But you can tell that it's late. But even so, there's still music coming from Main Street. Like they're still partying it up over there.
Mm-hmm.
And when you make it to Alexa's house, it's still dark. But as you come inside, you do notice you have a new message on your answering machine.
He's gonna reluctantly like press the button.
You have one new message. Message 1. There's a pause and then like some laughter. And then you hear Mr. Peter's voice. Letitia's mom. Or dad. Wow. Letitia's dad on the line. And he goes, "Hey, I was just calling to check in. Letty showed up and I guess the sleepover didn't work out. I'm real sorry about that. I thought the kids were like ironed it out with you. Maybe we can hash out something next time. Thanks." And he leaves his telephone number. And the line goes dead.
I'm
She's
so
just gonna-
relieved by that.
Yeah, she's relieved that Letty is okay, but also like really annoyed that Letty just left them. And she's just gonna delete it.
Letty narked.
You're not there.
And she's gonna. I think like when she got home, like she probably made Scoops just wait in the doorway, and this is like perfect for what I was imagining in the arc for her. Like, because maybe if we do something like with these characters again, it'll be like a year's jump forward.
Yeah.
I think in her mind, she's like, "This was the worst experience ever. I do not ever want to hang out with these people again."
Yeah.
Like, she's done, and she's just like, "Scoops, go home."
Yeah. Okay. I just making sure you get
And
home.
she just closes the door
Good
as he's
night.
talking.
Good night. You're pretty and stuff. And then
So Scoops, you go
goes
home. Your home, unlike Alexa's, is not dark. When you come in, you can see like the distant light of from the kitchen. You can hear the TV on. But as you kind of come through, you just hear like it's not even like concern, but more just general curiosity. You hear your dad like, "What the fuck happened to you? Jesus Christ. Are you okay?"
Yeah, just bike ride with Justin and my buddies and fell off the bike. It happens.
All right, shit. Go get cleaned up. You're watery.
Yeah.
Good night.
Sorry.
And like
Good
he
night.
like leans back into his seat. He's invested on TV.
Yeah. Good night. And then he'll like Scoops will walk in his bedroom and like slip out of all the wet clothes and put on like his PJs and just like sit down on the bed like cross-legged, pull out like his wet like totally ruined notebook and just okay, and then reach over for a fresh notebook and just like try to like stream of consciousness, just like okay, Michael and TNT Dynamite, whatever, just like writing down what he can remember from the night before he
the boys, you go to Ethan Queen's house. It's an interesting ride because it's nighttime and he's got some estate elements that kind of make it a little bit difficult to find the road to turn onto to even like make it to his driveway. But when you do show up, it's this grand A-frame cabin. You can see these giant floor-to-ceiling windows on the top floor, and you see warm lights as you approach. The porch light is on, and it does look like he is home.
Go up and
You knock, and there's a moment of silence just before the walkie-talkie in Doug's pocket just begins to blare. Just this loud, buzzing alarm sound. And that's where we'll end it.
Oh, son of a bitch!
Alrighty.
Well,
I was half expecting when the answering machine or the voicemail thing went off, it would be like,
Come home, Alexa.
I'm just saying,
Come
like,
home.
water.
yeah. Or
I
like,
thought about it, honestly.
or like Michael's voice somehow. Who I guess we just Yoshi'd him into the pit. Like that's the end of Michael.
Yes, exactly
No,
what
man.
we did.
He went out a hero.
He's okay in there.
He did go out as the hero.
We gotta go do a seance and see if we can contact him.
Oh man, that's
And
gonna
to
To
be.
be fair, he is a ghost, and he's probably not dead.
Yeah.
Or maybe he
Someone
moved
told-
on because that was
Maybe
his
yeah,
like
because
unfinished
he
business.
died again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe
Finished
we'll
it.
find out when we come back as high school kids or whatever the next thing
Dude,
If
is.
we
I'm gonna
ever
have
do, respectfully, this was like the worst setting shit up just because there was no stats or anything.
Mm.
There's
Yeah,
no
it's-
monster manual. It's like, I don't know.
It's
think
like
of
good
something,
luck.
and
Yeah.
I guess.
It's
I mean,
just a
yeah.
little. It's just loose enough where it's challenging to like even figuring out the stats. Like I never would have built the character this way
Mhm.
if I had known. And part of it is that like there's such a major change between like D20 to D12.
Yes.
Mm.
So it's like
And the game is very specific that even a failure is still a move forward, which is nice, but also it's like, but it's a failure.
Yeah.
Bad stuff
Yeah.
happens, right?
I think I would really want like for them to write in like difficulty numbers,
Mhm.
like how difficult like
Mhm.
some common
Yeah.
things are, so that you're not just totally like, sure, it's this number to beat.
Yeah. Well, because like
Yeah.
if
Also want combat rules because
mhm.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
love the world building. It might be simplest if we just like somehow adapted 5e modern rules for it or something.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Well, so funny enough, you should mention like adapting another system. After I'm done finishing Heathen Lands, like a SCP Kids on Bikes thing was the next thing I was going to write for my system.
Dude,
I
that would
mean,
be a lot of fun.
we
I
could
really
be high
like that
schoolers
system.
in that setting.
Absolutely.
And like the character creation would fit, I think, a little bit better
Yeah.
there with the stats and
I
everything.
totally would love the idea of revisiting this at some point, like at another time when we need an interim thing, and like doing like a, a couple years from now, and then we could do the adult one. Like we could
Mhm.
do the it
Comes
thing.
back
Steven
to
or
Yeah.
the it kind
Yeah,
of thing.
yeah, it'd be super cool.
Mhm.
But
See,
regardless,
and there's also Gumshoe, which is a system that's more of a mystery.
I was gonna say like
Mhm.
Ta-da!
comic detective stuff.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah.
Dick Gumshoe from Phoenix Wright.
Hmm.
Play the gritty reboot of your favorite science fiction TV series. Ba, 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 ba.
Nice. Well, I mean, mechanics aside, Sid, it was still super neat. It was fun. It was a fun story. It was a
Yeah.
fun like setting. Like this was a cool thing to do.
The
For
best,
sure.
but thank
Mhm.
you.
The setting was the star of the show. You did a great job with all the
Yeah.
creative stuff on that.
Totally.
And like the map and the vibe, like
Yeah,
yeah, it
definitely.
was so good.
Definitely. Yeah, I really like this
I
map.
appreciate it because, oh, hey, are we still on stream?
Well, I'm about to close it out.
Oh,
Would you like
do you
me
want
to
to
now?
close that? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I haven't closed it out yet.
Fine.
Don't give out your social security number yet.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody. 5e
Alright, bye.
next week. Later.
That's